Yeah, they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way up, way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous.
Sonny, we gonna talk about it all tonight. Salute.
I ain't make it this far to myself,
Yeah.
I had to prove to everybody else, I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to fall, so I had to renovate, I know. They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate.
Peace,
Eastside. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate.
Yeah. What's good, man? You see me? Y'all see me? What's good, Eastside Easy in the building? Salute to Sonny Augustine in the building. Salute to everybody who's creeping into the building. Gathering. We gotta talk, man. Let's have a conversation tonight, man. We gotta get to the other side of this conversation. You know, there's one side of this conversation that's been put out there consistently by every content creation space out here. But there's another side of the story. There's always two sides. There's always two sides of the coin. It's never just one side. There's the heads, there's the tails. You know what I mean? There's different sides of the story. Salute. Ordinary M in the building. CJ Esperon in the building. Can we talk about it? Let's pick it up a notch. Because when the tides turn, what's good for the goose ain't never good for the gander, man. It's never equal opportunity out here, people. You got to know that. You got to understand that it's never equal opportunity. It's never equal opportunity. You understand this, right? We're going to talk about it. But it's never equal opportunity. Never. It's never the same. It's never what's good for you is good for me. It's never the golden rule. It's never do on the others as you have them do unto you. It never works like that in the end. You'll see. If you don't see it yet, there's still time. You guys are young. Shout out to Porter Pools in the building.
And
talk about it.
As they say, Clay, if you don't know, now you know, ninjas.
Yeah. No, listen, man. Listen, we're going to talk about it. Why not? We would have sounded crazy talking about this a year ago because we would have had no legs to stand on, right? They could have just mushed it in our face, right? They could have mushed it in your face and be like, what are you going to say? But when you got somebody from the outside who sees something in you, who got the resources, who see something in you, right, and they decide to put some resources behind you. There's some dastardly things going on. In boxing right now. People are upset. People are having a hard time dealing with the reality of a situation. They're having a hard time. They're showing their cards. They're taking off their mask. Who you thought they were, they weren't. Maybe we're gonna talk about it tonight. Maybe I'm off, man. You know what I'm saying? Word. Shout out to Porter Pools in the building, putting some color in the chat. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Porter Pools. It's been a minute, man. Nah, man. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Let's start the night off right, man. Porter Pools. I said Porter Pools in the building. I think that's Shepard, right? It's Kyle. Is that Kyle?
Is it? I think it is. Let me see.
Is that Kyle?
Yeah.
I think it's Kyle.
You got to say it himself. It is.
Yeah, man.
It look like the homie. He's.
I think it's Kyle.
Okay. Listen, either way,
go with Kyle for now.
Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, salute, man.
Gotta hit that ka-ching. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is Kyle in the building.
Yes, sir. No doubt, man. It's Berlanga PBC. Not that I know of. I seen Eddie Hearn sitting next to Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. We're gonna talk about it all, man, because you know because PBC was an army last year, right? Oh, I mean, you would have thought they was. You couldn't talk about them. You couldn't ask questions. You couldn't do no deals without them. If you wasn't under the umbrella, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't under the umbrella, don't talk to me. Y'all remember that? And it's still going. It's still going right now. There's still people having a hard time releasing, letting go, right? Letting go of the reins, allowing these boxers to go find opportunity. Or not, I hear conversations going on out there. I hear that if you want to be a slave, if you want to kiss a promoter's behind, if you want to stay, you know what I mean? If you want to limit your freedom as a fighter, go sign the Turkey. Go sign the Turkey. You wanna get less for your money? You want to do what like you've been told, boy? Go to Turkey. Or you can be free and sign with the PBC.
Listen, you know what?
Yeah.
Bernie Davis hasn't been one of my favorite people, but I'm going to be Bernie Davis from now on, bro. If y'all don't know who Bernie Davis is, a.k.a. Bernie the Boxer, I understand his role, bro.
Church. Salute Chris Brooks in the building. Shit done changed fast right now. Eddie and DAZN run it. Turkey. I don't got my soundboard. I'm doing remodeling in the studio, guys. Coming in better than ever. You know what I'm saying? I got ideas. You know, the ideas hit my brain. We constructing. You know what I'm saying? We'll be together shortly. Don't worry about it. So I ain't got my board with me right now. Everything is kind of like under sheets and I'm redoing things. You know what I'm saying? But only for the better, man. Only for the evolution. Yes, shout out to the evolution, man. Shout out to the evolution. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got to talk about a lot, man. This event this weekend done woke up a lot of woke up the, you know what I mean?
Yo, they came out the cages, bro.
They came out. They crazy.
It's like Gotham City just got in play. Gotham City just got invaded with all the bad guys, bro.
Man, it's just like you ever
Batman can't. Batman and Robin got to get them all back.
I don't want to gross nobody out in the building, but if you ever lived in a crib with roaches, if you ever had a time in your life where you had roaches in the crib, you know how it is when the lights been out forever, when you let the lights out too long and you turn them lights on. Oh shit! Where the hell y'all was all up in here? Oh shit! They trying to get back in the wall. They ain't enough cracks in the wall for them to get back in the wall quick enough. You know what I mean? This I didn't know I was surrounded by so many roaches. I'm itchy. I need to go take a shower. I ain't gonna take a shower. I feel dirty. Look at all these roaches. Maybe y'all can't relate. Maybe y'all can't relate. I might be sharing too much, letting you know a little bit too much about me. You know what I'm saying? I might be sharing too much. Is that TMI? TMI chat? My bad, bro. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to do it like that. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
But you know, this event, a lot of people look like were watching this event and they were looking for it. They were looking for it to fail. They wanted to see an empty building. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see these fights be trash. You know what I mean? They want to see Turkey fall on his face. They want to see Bud fall on his face. You know what I mean? They wanted to see a lot of things. And now that you're seeing the complaining going on, you see what's going on. 8 crazy fights this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, 8 crazy competitive fights. What's the number one thing across the space right now? Turkey's messing up boxing. That's the number one thing going across the board right now. Turkey's messing up boxing. What's up?
I heard that he was a traffic. You know, you ever play that game, Cubert? You got to cross the street. Was it Frogger? My bad,
Frogger. Right.
He the traffic, bro. He the traffic on the road right now.
Listen, he the worst thing that ever happened to boxing. We just seen Terrence Crawford fight. We seen Jared Anderson get upset. We seen Isak Cruz get upset. We're gonna talk about them fights. Trust me. We seen David Morrell fight. We seen Big Baby Miller fight Andy Ruiz. We seen a new up-and-coming Andy Cruz showing out. You know what I mean? We seen a lot of fights. But nobody's interested in talking about them fights. They want to talk about Turkey. As they should. They should. You know what I mean? Turkey got inducted into the Nevada Hall of Fame. What kind of he taking over the world? I hear they enslaving everybody in Saudi Arabia. Y'all go over there, y'all ain't coming home. You go over there, you ain't coming home, bro. Don't go over there, man. You know it's dangerous. You know there's a war going on out there, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hearing. Leave your ladies at home. Leave your mama, your sister, leave everybody at home. There ain't no rights over there, man. How y'all gonna support this, man? And then here comes the biggest thing I heard. Turkey blocking Tank.
Roadblock.
Turkey blocking Tank. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he's out here messing up fights, messing up divisions, giving these fighters choices and shit. You know what I'm saying? Giving them options.
With that. Whoa.
Yeah, giving them options. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell does this dude think he is coming here? Giving them options. They used to be cornered. They used to have one way to make money. There was a cash cow in the game, and if you wanted money, you better come humble. Remember that, guys? Remember when you had to be humble? Remember when you had to talk to Canelo nice? You remember when you had to talk to Tank nice? You remember that?
Right.
Y'all remember that?
Remember
That's your
Bill
biggest
was
payday?
lying.
Remember that was your biggest payday? That was your best option, right?
Bill be lying, bro.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That was your best option, bro.
Where he at? Wait.
You know what I mean?
Where he at?
Wait. Remember, wait for me. When he ready for you, he'll send for you. Remember that? Oh, they don't like Williams and Pay to get in the conversation. They don't like Turkey saying, you know what, if Canelo don't want it, I'm gonna give it to Virgil. You know what? If Canelo don't want to give it to David, I ain't gonna pay Canelo. I'm gonna give him better Beav and Bivol winner. Give him an undisputed title shot up there, light heavyweight.
For boxing.
He ain't gotta do that. He ain't gotta do that no more. We ain't gotta do that no more. You can chill.
You can chill. The bear.
You can fight who you want. You can fight who you want. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gotta fight. Bear.
You ain't gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta fight, bro. You can chill as long as you want to chill.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Stay over there in Paris and kick it, bro. Let us know when you ready.
Word.
You let us know when you ready, and we'll come to the table. But for now, let's put together Shakur and Williams and Pater. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe a Shakur Stevenson and a Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we might just take Shakur out of that lightweight division, take him up to the junior welterweight division, let him get a Liam Paro. Well, I don't know. If I feel like, I don't know, man. There's just so many things. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll give Terrence Virgil. Maybe we might bring Boots up to 154. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we might bring him up there and get the whole 154 weight class division jumping. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
You know what's important to know?
Who knows?
They got different pathways to go, bro. It's not one road anymore. It's not crossing. You're not crossing the street to get to the other side of the PBC. You can go anywhere you want, and Turkey gonna support it. And he ain't got to buy you 2 Ferraris either.
Oh no, I don't got my board, but you know I wanted to hit the horns. I ain't got my board, so y'all in y'all head just play the horns in your head, because that's what I just did. In your head, you know what I mean? In your head, you know what I'm saying? In your head. But we could talk about it, man.
Right.
Let me read some of the comments here, man. I'm ignoring the community
here.
Let's shout
them out. Let's shut them out. Let's get to the top. Let's shut them out.
Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me see. I already shouted out a bunch of these dudes. I just want to see what they're talking about. Chris Brooks says, yeah, I agree. Turkey kind of got Tank on the edge with being able to X him out. Tank might rethink those 2 Ferraris. Listen, man, Turkey might give him to him anyway. Turkey might send him the 2 Ferraris anyway. You heard? Here, dog. Just so you don't think it's about that. Just so you don't think it's about that. Here's the 2 Ferraris, man. Go ahead, man. Let us know when you want to fight, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's just a different conversation today. And you're hearing a lot of complaining going on in the space. They're exposing themselves. They're gonna watch this and hate on me and say I'm doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this, yeah, I'm sure. I get it. I've been doing a lot. I've been doing too much. Y'all remember me. I was the guy who's pushing the false narratives. You know what I'm saying? I was the guy who was talking about Turkey like Turkey was doing something. He was only doing something for the European fighters, for the heavyweight division. He didn't care about what's going on over here in America. I was that guy. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me? You know what I'm saying? So we used to it. You know what I mean? Turkey ain't had no interest in the lightweight division. He ain't had no interest. You know what I'm saying? Bill Haney was a liar. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that, bro? Look, we ate our crow. We ate our humble pie. We chilled. Respectfully, we chilled. We definitely chilled. You know what I'm saying? But now Turkey in the ring with Oscar De La Hoya on one side, Eddie Hearn on the other side, Bam Aram sitting on the outside of the ring because he kind of old. You know what I'm saying? You got the Hall of Fame, Nevada Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Pulling him in like, yo, we got to acknowledge this dude. We got Frank Warren like, nah, this is crazy. We got Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. We got Fury and Usyk 2 coming up in December. We got all types of nonsense going on, man. And we just had a crazy card right here in LA. Shout out to Here for Boxing with the $4.99. Here for Boxing. I'm assuming you made it home early, on time. I'm sure you made it home on time. You know what I'm saying? He's coming from the from that big event out there. I'm sure from what he's sharing with us, that event was one of a kind, maybe the best boxing event he's ever been in. You know what I'm saying? In the longest time that he can remember, or maybe ever that he can remember being in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you still not back? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay.
Trip. You figure he another hour and a half from Philly, bro. So
yeah, Porter. Shout out to Porter Pools in the building. Talk to him, man. That's what I'm saying. If you don't like what Turkey doing, you're not putting boxing first. Porter, who you think they putting first? If they're not putting boxing first, who they putting first?
Taking Al Heyman.
A fighter? A promotional company?
It's not a real promotional company, though.
Right? Yeah.
He's an advisor, y'all.
Shout out Sonny Augustine said, where was Al Heyman on Saturday, fellas? Hey, Sonny Augustine, I got a bigger question. Where's Al Heyman, period?
He's AI.
When was the last time you seen Al Heyman? When was the last time you seen Al Heyman? Where is Al Heyman?
Al Heyman is a stock pick off the internet.
Al Heyman. Y'all remember that? If you're old enough, you know where I got that from.
You know that, right?
Hold on a second. Country Q said, I've been to tons of fights, including Tank, Canelo, etc. Claymore, bro, this was the best event I've been to, bro. Talk to him, Country Q. Talk to him. Don't let him lie to you. Tell him, Country Q, don't let him lie to you, bro. They can't lie to us, man. Our eyes ain't gonna lie to us, man. They want you to believe something else. They want you to think up is down, down is up, hot is cold, cold is hot, fat is skinny, skinny is fat. Girls are men, men to girls. You know what I'm saying? It's the times. It's the times. You can't let them play with your mind. It's the times. You know what I'm saying? Right. This is what they do. This is what they do. They want you to think that event was a failure, right? They want to talk about people's money.
And fireworks.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how much those guys got paid on Saturday night. I have no idea what they were paid, bro. I don't care, right? I don't know how much they got paid. I know those dudes left the building smiling, like, I know them dudes will probably be back.
I could buy my own 2 Ferraris.
Listen, I don't know what they got paid though, but we got a lot of people in the boxing space who's interested in what these guys got paid, interested if the event was profitable or not, right? What they're not interested in is the fights. But what does Turkey do on Saturday, man? What Turkey did was he showed you the difference. Turkey showed you the difference. That's what he did on Saturday night. He gave you something to compare it to. You didn't have something to compare it to, guys. It was a monopoly. You had nothing to compare it to, guys. What did the PBC put on today? Shout out to Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. They got an event coming up this September, 10th, 14th, 10th? September 14th, right?
For the week before, 14th.
All right, they got an event coming up. Shout, we'll be watching. 13th. We love boxing, huh? I think it's the 14th.
On the 19th, 21st, right? Yeah, he fights on the 21st, 14th. You're right.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys. We're gonna be watching them, and we're rooting for you, Edgar. You know, I'm gonna put out a message to Edgar Berlanga as well. You know what I'm saying? I know you feel like the whole entire space is hating on you, and a lot of us don't think that you really necessarily deserve to be there. And it's nothing personal against you, Edgar. You know, this is about what's right and what's wrong. David Benavidez should be there. But I'll tell you what, though, it don't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's on you. It's on you, Edgar. It don't matter what we think no more. It's on you. This man been cherry picking, playing games, not fighting who he's supposed to be fighting. You know what justice looks like. I hope you're training for real. We rooting for you. I hope you're taking this seriously. I hope you're ready to upset the world. We ready to see you upset the world. We ready to see you do it. Shout out to Edgar Berlanga, man. Hope you're doing nothing. We're gonna be booting. I'm gonna be celebrating you every week until the fight, man. Sorry you feel like you're getting hated on, man. I ain't hating on you, bro. I promise you, I'm really not hating on you, man. Do we think that you're gonna win this fight? No, I'm not gonna lie to you. But you can change. But we rooting for you. We rooting for you. We need you to. You got a lot more pressure on your back than you might understand. You got a bag that you can get. Don't go out like no Jamel Charlo now. Don't you do us like Jamel did us. Don't you do us like Jamel did us and run around that damn ring and try to survive. You better put your best foot forward, man. Listen close to your dad, man. Let that game plan come together, man, and save boxing, man. Save the 168-pound division. Save the division, man, and take that crown away from that tyrant of a king. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's go, Edgar, man.
Private chat. My bad. But anyway, check it, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the other side of the hate. How he become a Hall of Famer. Why do you talk about him being a Hall of Famer? Why is that important? And then they don't even listen to it. They only take parts of what's going on and rock with half of that, bro. They only rock with half of it. They sitting there calling him a full-fledged Hall of Famer of boxing when the Nevada State Athletic Commission announced him as an honorary Hall of Famer. And it's the first time they've ever done it in the 11 years of them having a Hall of Fame in the Athletic State Commission. Why are they on here flipping out and flipping birds, talking about how he get that and Don King don't got that, how he get that and he ain't do nothing in boxing, how he get that and this and this and that. Man, it's not Hall of Fame, bro. Honorary Hall of Famer means that we're accepting you as a Hall of Famer. Doesn't mean we giving you a Hall of Famer headstone or whatever you call them. You know what I mean? We just giving you a little trophy to honor you for what you have done for boxing in a short time. That's respect. That we're showing you respect as a Hall of Fame committee. Bro, don't get it twisted. Y'all don't even understand what honorary means. Y'all out here running and telling people lies and making all types of crazy nonsense just because y'all want to hate on this dude. If y'all hate on him, y'all mad because he's doing what your promoter should have been doing over there. He keeping fighters active. He's paying fighters nice money and he's entertaining them because he's crossing streets, turning corners, knocking on people's doors. If you ain't opening, he's leaving a letter in your mailbox. Bro, dog there? Okay, no problem. We got another way to get you this letter called email. We're going to get this to you. We're going to make sure that you come outside. Ain't nowhere to hide. Guess what? Oscar said, I ain't hiding no more. Al said, I'm sorry. Mr. Bob Aram said, I ain't hiding no more. Matchroom said they ain't hiding. Warren said he ain't hiding. Dang, get with the program. Oh, you know what? Al hiding. I ain't seen Al in about 20 years.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen, man.
I'm just saying.
On top of everything.
Bro, even his boy Tom Brown been outside.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they keep calling these Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah, they come on, man. See?
Roscoe, I feel you. I understand where you're going with it, right? But the whole point of it is it didn't matter.
Right. That's what my point. Exactly.
It means that out of everything that happened on Saturday night, out of 8 fights that happened Saturday night, out of seeing promotional companies come together Saturday night, after getting a taste of all that, the top of the news ain't this dude made it into no damn Hall of Fame on no honorary BS, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Exactly. Why should we care? Why should we care, bro? It's not that serious. Who cares, bro? Since when did they care? Since when did we care? Since when was we talking about the Hall of Fame like that? They put Rocky in there. Sylvester Stallone's in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Right.
Sylvester Stallone never threw a punch in a ring or had a fight or nothing. Yeah, he was a movie actor, bro. What do we care about the Hall of Fame, bro? I care about the Hall of Fame just as much as I care about how much these dudes is getting paid, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Point. That's the point.
At the end of the day, they're going to try to water down the accomplishment. They're going to try to water down the evolution, the needle being moved on Saturday. They're going to try to water it down with every single thing they can find to put their hand on and turn it trash. They're going to say Terrence lost the fight.
Oh.
They're going to say Turkey's stealing boxing. They're going to say Turkey's blocking fights, right? They're going to say the event was too long. They're going to say it came on too late. They're going to say everything that they could think of saying.
You forgot one. Oh, he's making American boxers look bad. He's putting them against the best, and all the European boxers, they're just fighting bums.
Ross Scott said hundreds of boxers became boxers because of the movie Rocky came on. Turkey ain't did shit. Okay, Ross Scott, look, man, it's your personal opinion, bro. That's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Give him some time. Maybe I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To each their own. To each their own. You know what I mean? But
He
at the
did
end of
more.
the
He
day,
did more than Al Heyman did in the last 10 years with fighters, and he showed his face. We know who Turkey look. We know what he looked like, who he is, where he at.
you never know. You never know, man. I mean, maybe in
Come on,
time, who
Ross,
knows? Who knows, right?
I know you be hating on purpose, but come on, bro.
And listen, it's all good, bro. Everybody gets their opinion. Everybody gets their opportunity to build. I am not tripping, bro. Trust me, I'm okay with it. I'm not into it as deep as it might look like I am. What I am into is the best fighting the best.
Right.
I'm into us ripping down these fences, ripping down these fences on kicking down these walls on people being on the wrong side of the street. The biggest fights not being able to be made. And when they finally get made, dudes just waiting for fighters to get aged out, get heavy, then asking them to cut a bunch of weight when they lead the weight class. You know what I'm saying? Not offering anybody, giving that B-side treatment. I know we done with that. We ain't seen no fights. We ain't seen no fights on time. We ain't seen no fights on time. Shout out to Usyk and Tyson Fury, because we almost didn't see that. That almost just didn't happen. We almost went right past that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then we got Bivol and Better Beef coming in like 2 months.
Right.
We almost missed that. No, I want to say October 21st. I want to say. Don't quote me off the top of my head. You know what I mean? But we almost missed all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, guess who got exposed?
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, the fighters haven't been developing properly. And we could talk about it all, because we're going to get into this card. We talked about it yesterday a little bit, but that was more of an open panel. That was more emotions. Everybody was getting out their system, but we're going to get a little more in depth and talk about what happened on this card on Saturday, and what a lot of these fighters who got exposed, really, there were some people in there that was called upsets. It wasn't no upset. If you've been watching boxing, it wasn't no upset. These guys have never been ready, man. These guys ain't never been ready, man. Pitbull was always a one-trick pony, bro. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We saw him have an exciting fight here, fight a Rolly Romero, and all of a sudden, he fought.
Oh,
His greatest accomplishment before beating Rolly Romero was losing against Tank Davis, a one-armed Tank Davis, bro. A one-armed Tank Davis, and we made that dude everything. We made that dude everything. You know what I'm saying? Jared Anderson's been sitting out here getting baby food, gerber, banana, crushed peas, mashed potatoes, and peas. He didn't have to use his teeth to eat what they were giving him. As soon as they put him in front of the ring with a real heavyweight, we saw what was happening. We saw what happened. Right. He going straight back. That's what's happening. Right? He running right into uppercuts. Martin Bacoli didn't upset Jared Anderson. Martin Bacoli didn't upset Jared Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. He just beat him. Right. That's all. He just beat him. Let's look what's going on here in the chat, man. Here for Boxing says certain people always talk about how good Tank's wins look at later down the line. Let's talk about how bad his Pitbull win looks. I mean, he beat him with one hand here for Boxing. You gotta give him some respect. He beat him with one hand.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what he's saying.
Yeah. Let's see. That's a PBC special. They know how to make C-level fighters look A-level. That's what it seems like. We'll find out, though. Everybody gets an opportunity to prove their position. You know what I'm saying? But I understand the community in this space. You know what I mean? And shout out to my people. Anybody in here who's not black, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal, but I'm gonna send this message out to my people right quick, and really to everybody. But I'm really talking to my people right now, black
all
people,
brown people,
real quick. And I want to let y'all know, man, the amount of hate I see coming out every single time Terrence hits the stage, Devin comes outside, Shakur does something for nothing. It's disturbing at times, bro. It's disturbing. It's disturbing to see Devin bring his face out and just come out to an event real quick. Don't even do an interview, and I see a whole bunch of shit going up about Devin being a hype job. He ain't got nothing to do. LeBron said, "Why do y'all hate on the PBC so much?" LeBron, we not hating on the PBC. LeBron, listen to me clearly, bro. Take this for what you want to believe worth it. I love the PBC, bro. I think I love all the promotional companies who have fighters. But this idea that it don't work and it don't make no sense. If it ain't under the PBC, it's some BS.
Right.
It is. And holding fighters and not letting them fight and not giving us fans the best fights and putting your best foot forward to cross promote and give us the best fight is some BS. And the biggest BS is when you see somebody else come in and try to do it, you hate on them.
Right.
You say that they the bad guy because they doing something that you should have been doing. Turkey shouldn't have been over here on Saturday. This should have been happening. Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Oscar De La Hoya, these dudes should have been on the same page a long time ago, putting together the best fights, putting together the biggest fights that the fans are demanding. But instead, they've been starving you guys of those fights. And they've been extorting you guys and putting on fights like what you're about to see on the Canelo Alvarez Edgar Berlanga card.
Right.
You're about to see an old Danny Garcia who ain't fought in 2.5 years fight against a Lara, Erislandy Lara.
He's a co-main.
You know what I'm saying? That's a co-main event. You know what I'm saying? You about to watch Rolly again. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Steve Fulton though. Steve Fulton said we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna get at we're gonna get at some boxing conversations. Don't get it twisted. I'm just ranting right now. I'm just venting really. You know what I mean? Just until I finish this, you know what I mean? Finish this shot of whiskey right here.
And not to mention, look, the whole thing is at the end of the day, it's not that the PBC isn't respected. The problem is it's the fan base of the PBC only shouting out the PBC and only thinking the PBC can do the right things. Somebody else came in and did things that was missing. Crossing streets, not underpaying their opponents, you know what I mean, of the stars. Not sitting there telling people, oh, you got to come over here to make the fight, or we're not making a deal. All those things. Oh, we're going to send you somebody to fight over on your channel, but you got to pay them a certain amount of money. And not only that, it's going to be somebody that's washed up that we really don't even care because they're about to hang it up. Think about the things that they do. Like, you think De Los Santos went over there for $1 million to fight Shakur Stevenson? Absolutely not. That $1 million was meant for Frank Martin. De Los Santos only made like $300,000 on that fight. He didn't make what Frank Martin was about to make. They didn't offer him that deal. Then on top of that, you figured that when they sent Sean Porter over there, if that wasn't a mandatory and they demanded, you know what I mean, they let Sean Porter go because they knew he was going to retire. Instead of saying, yo, let's get that fight over here. We want Terrence on our channel. They refused to do that. So there's a lot of things that happen when you look at what the fans are saying. Tank is not a PBC fighter. Let's get that clear. Pitbull is not a PBC fighter. El Rayo is not a PBC fighter. Jamal Charlo is not a PBC fighter. I think about 60% of their roster are Tom Brown or some other entity, and they're fighting under the advisement of Al Heyman. They're not even fighting for the PBC. They're fighting under the PBC. I don't see no difference between what Turkey's doing. He's just uniting the fighters and uniting the promotional companies. So why was it so hard for the PBC to do the same when it came to crossing the street? That's what we're saying. Why were these fights not made? We're decades away. We're 2 decades from the great fights happening. It took Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather 7 years. Come on, man. That would have happened. I'm pretty sure if Turkey was around back then, that would have probably happened in the first 2 years. I promise you. The money would have been there.
There's a lot of politics in the game, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to LeBron. No, it's not a lie, LeBron. We're not lying. We understand they all do it, bro. But when somebody else when somebody else is coming around to do what you did, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right.
It's like I said earlier, bro. It's the golden rule. It's okay when you guys do it, but when somebody else comes and do it, it's a problem. There's some hypocrisy there. You understand? I got no problem with the wait. I got no problem with I got no problem. See, listen, hold on. Let me see what LeBron said because he said I'll wait. So I guess this statement right here. Listen, if y'all can show me where the other companies do different than what y'all say PBC does, then I promise I won't have anything else to say. LeBron, listen clearly. Just take a moment and listen what I'm going to say to you right now. I'm not saying the PBC is the only one who's done it. They've all been doing it. Oscar just told Shakur Stevenson that if he wants to fight Williams Zepeda, he needs to come sign over at Golden Boy. This just happened a few weeks ago. I'm not saying they're not doing it. What I am saying, though, is when somebody else comes to do it, when Turkey comes in the game, and Turkey's not even doing it the same way for real. Let's be honest. He's not opening up a promotional company. He's offering a platform. And he's saying, oh, you guys come here on this one even platform and put your biggest fighters on the platform so they can fight each other. All of y'all can make money. Y'all can keep the fighters that y'all building. Y'all can keep them in your promotional companies. But the big fights, let's make a platform. Let's make a system where we can get all the biggest fights put somewhere where all y'all can come together and nobody has the leverage. Right. But regardless, to say that I'm not complaining. You might misconstrue what I'm saying right now as me saying that the PBC is the one company that's doing a bunch of stuff. They all doing it. They've been doing it. Bob Arum's been doing it. Devin Haney had to go sign over to Bob Arum to go get that fight with Kambosos and then get that fight with Lomachenko. This is how it's always been. You're right. This is how it's always been. This is how it's always been. What's the problem right now with Turkey coming and doing it the way he's doing it? Is he reinventing the wheel? Because like you said, they've been doing it, LeBron. They've been doing this. When in Rome. When I go in an interview and I say, reach out to me, I want to do business. And you tell me you need 2 Ferraris. You tell me we don't need you. Then I say, all right, well, I'm going to play the game the way you guys play the game. I'm going to bring the bag. I'm going to bring the event to LA. I'm going to get all the fighters. That's cool. Don't do no business with me. Now there's a problem. Hypocrisy. There's a lot of hypocrisy being played in the game. This is how the game's been getting played for a couple of years now. For probably last 10 to 20 years, we've been watching the game get played like this. And who's been getting got? We've been getting got. You've been getting got. I feel like this is politics. I feel like the Democrat and Republican conversation about to come up in a second. You know what I'm saying? The Democrat and the Republican, the conservative and the liberal conversation getting ready to come in. Because the trick's on you. The trick's on you because at the end of the day, what they're doing, Laurent, they jerking you out the fight you're supposed to be getting. I'm on your side, Laurent. Trust me. I'm over here. I'm on your side. Believe me. I'm on your side, bro.
Can we just go back to one point?
Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Me and Laurent having a conversation here. Laurent said, Clay, what y'all don't realize that Turkey is doing exactly what Al Heyman was trying to do. What? But the other companies tried to block him and say he was I can't say the word. Monopolistic. Fine. Turkey's doing what Al tried to do. Okay, fine. They didn't want to. They blocked out. That's cool. You're right. So what's the problem with Turkey doing it then? If this is what he was trying to do anyway, if this was the vision anyway, if this was the vision what Turkey's doing, what's the issue then? Is it because he's Arab? Because he's Muslim? What is it? You know boxing's international, right, Laurent? That's the exact model. So, Laurent, what's the problem then, Laurent? What's the issue? Then what's the issue with the way they're moving then? What's the issue with the way Turkey's moving? If that's the exact model, if that's what you guys wanted, if that's what the boxing space wanted, what's the issue? What's going on? What's going on?
They tried to block, bro. They tried to block Turkey.
I'm just saying, if Laurent, what you saying, Laurent, I don't have a problem with Turkey doing it. All right, Laurent, then we on the same page. We talking about the people who got a problem with them doing it. Don't act like you don't see it, Laurent. Don't act like you don't see the hate going on in the space right now and how everybody trying to shoot down Turkey and what Turkey's doing. You see it. You see it, bro. Come on, bro. You see it. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking to you clearly. You seem to be a logical man, a man who has no problem using your practical thinking and coming up to use your critical thinking to come up to a practical conclusion. Okay. I don't know, Laurent, am I misunderstanding what you're saying? I thought you saying that you like what's going on right now. Do you have a problem with what Turkey's doing? I don't know. Explain it to me.
Give them a link.
That's the fans. It's a difference. Okay, Laurent. I think we're on the same. Believe me or not, I think we're saying to damn near the same exact thing. Believe it or not, you know what I mean? I really think we're saying the same thing. I think we're agreeing more than you might believe that we're agreeing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm not going to argue what you're saying because I can't argue what you're saying because what you've been saying is true. So I don't know if maybe I'm responding in the wrong way. Maybe I'm sounding like I'm disagreeing with you, or I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I don't think I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it is what it is, brother.
So, LeBron, what we're saying is exactly what you just said. The fans are the problem, and they're hating on one side and showing love to the other side for the same thing. That's what we're stating. That's what we're trying to get at. They want only Al Heyman to do this. They don't want nobody else to do this. They've been trying to big up Al Heyman for doing this, and he hasn't been successful. And he started off well, but he hasn't been that successful because he hasn't been playing nice, or they haven't been playing nice, whatever. They weren't playing nice with Turkey, bro. Oscar said Turkey can go what, right? Bob Arum said he don't need him. Only person that was really messing with him was Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn. And then when they had that 5-for-5, guess what? Everybody started changing. Now all their fighters jumped on the panel. That's what we saying. Tom Brown actually was another exclusive that was out there messing with Turkey. So when you look at what Clay is saying is that it's not us, it's the other channels in the space out there pointing narratives to the brand of Turkey as Sheik and Rehad Season. They're pointing narratives at him saying that he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing everything wrong. And what he's saying is everything that they're saying is the same thing that other people have been saying about the PBC before. They defended it then. They defended it.
Ray, hold on. Bear with me, Ray. I'm kind of saying what you're saying, but not all the way. But LeBron, exactly, bro. I'm literally saying what you're saying. I'm not knocking the PBC for what they did. I'm saying what's the difference between what Turkey's doing and the PBC tried to do. That's what I'm saying to you, LeBron. I'm saying what's the difference between what Turkey's doing and what the PBC tried to do. I'm highlighting and I'm saying, look, did Turkey come in and do something brand new, or is he just following suit? Isn't it just when we're in Rome? Why is Turkey getting the hate now for doing exactly what the PBC tried to do?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, Laurent. I'm not knocking the PBC. I'm saying why are we holding the PBC up here, like, and then when Turkey come and try to match the energy, Turkey's the bad guy.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem with what the PBC was doing. That's how that's what they were trying to do. I'm gonna tell you right now what ended up happening. What ended up happening wasn't that though. Right? We could be honest about that, right, Laurent? Their vision might have been that, but that's not what ended up happening. What ended up happening is a lot of fights started getting blocked. A lot of fights couldn't happen because if you wasn't underneath their banner, they wasn't messing with you. If you wasn't on the right side of the street, they wasn't messing with you. That's what ended up happening, right? Let's be honest. Clay, what I hear is shots at the PBC for what the fans are saying about Turkey. You know, I hear you, Laurent, right? And this is a sensitive, because sometimes, like for example, I'm using Javante Tank Davis and his A-side privileges as an example, right? It's going to sound like I'm throwing shots at Tank, and I'm not. Respectfully, I'm not. I love Tank. I'm a great fan of his. I think he's a great talent, but I'm just using him as an example of that one side of the street situation. Do it my way or there ain't no way. And it's going to look like I'm taking shots at Tank, but I'm not. I got all the respect for him, for Calvin, for Kenny, for that whole camp over there. I love what they doing with that fighter. So yeah, it sounds like I'm throwing shots at the PBC, but the people who I'm talking about use the PBC as a weapon to shoot at everybody else. So I'm going at the people, and the people's weapon is the PBC. So it looks like I'm shooting at the PBC, but I'm not. I'm shooting at the boxing space, who holds the PBC in these high regards and want to use them, and they wanted to back them on all types of things that they were doing. But when you got somebody else come in there and do the same exact thing with their resources, all of a sudden they're the bad guys. Don't you see the hypocrisy in that? There's hypocrisy in that. I'm not shooting at the PBC. I'm telling you I'm not, bro. But what I'm saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's good for them, it's good for him. If he could do that and be a hero for doing it and be celebrated for doing it, but damn it, when somebody else come in and do the same damn thing, y'all got to keep the same energy. Y'all should keep the same energy. You ain't got to do nothing but stay black and die, or Puerto Rican and die, Mexican and die, Latino. And shout out to all the different cultures I have in the chat. You know what I mean? Not singling out anybody. You know what I mean? Respectfully. But at the end of the day, you should hold everybody to the same expectation, and that's not happening in the space. That's why you're going to see Monday morning pop up after that fight happened on Saturday, and you're going to hear a whole lot of complaining and whining. You're not hearing no celebration. You know what I mean? Terrence lost. No, he won. No, but in real life, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is it what significance is it except for the hate on Terrence, right? Oh, Turkey got into the Hall of Fame. Who the hell cares? What about the event? That's what you want to talk about? You don't want to talk about the event? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100, man, LaRon. I'm just saying across the board. I apologize if it feels like I'm taking shots at Turkey and taking shots at the PBC. I'm trying my best not to, man, because I ain't got no issues with him, bro. I really don't. I'm just saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's good for them, it's good for him. Let me see what's going on here in the chat, man. Right-hander Brooklyn said Al Heyman was cool, new black-owned company. He attracted a young black talent. He soon decided he could make away more money and froze other companies out. He's not a saint. Thank you here for boxing. He started off with a good intention, but then he realized at the end of the day, it didn't end up with the way he envisioned it. Champ Ross said Heyman tried to make everyone sign to him. That was a difference. Turkey bringing everyone together. All these promoters are all of a sudden friends. We never seen that before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He's actually executing on the vision that maybe Al had when he started PBC. Maybe that was the vision, but it didn't end up that way, right? It didn't end up that way. Absolute power. You heard? Corrupts absolutely. Corrupts absolutely. We got to speak on it. Clay, I hear you. All I'm saying is the other companies blocked Al and made it look like they were why fights were being blocked, when in reality Oscar and Top One were blocking Al. I don't know what's going on, but I'll tell you like this. Maybe he's gonna take a Turkey then. Somebody who has no vested interest like these dudes do have in one market. Turkey's trying to bring it international. So maybe Turkey does have a real significant role to play in bringing all of them guys together, because Saturday night you saw Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn. You didn't see Tom Brown, but his fighters are on the card. You've seen a bunch of promotional companies come together and stand inside of the ring together, and that's why Nevada recognized Turkey, was the ability to do that. That's what y'all not seeing. You know what I mean? I understand how Rob Scott feels about it was BS, but the reason they recognize it is because for years they've been trying to figure out how to get this put together. They're powers that be that understand the best ain't fighting the best. These companies been at each other's throats for way too long, and Turkey's come in overnight, and all of a sudden he's bringing them together. That's an accomplishment. That's an accomplishment that maybe we don't see right now. Maybe we got to wait a year or 2 years when we consistently start seeing the best fights. Then we'll look back and be like, damn, bro, that move was a powerful move. That was a significant move in history. You know what I'm saying? For him to do that, it brought boxing together, even if it's for a temporary amount of time. At least as a fan base, we get to experience that. We get to see what that looks like and feel what that looks like for, even if it's for a year or 2 years, we get to see the fights that we want to see, and we get to know what that is. So maybe we can put pressure on the promotional companies when Turkey fades away. Maybe that's what everybody believes, that he's doing it now and he ain't going to hold it forever. Maybe he disappears in 2 or 3 years and he decides he's not interested in doing this no more. Maybe, who knows? But at least we'll have this moment in time to reference to be like, damn, bro, y'all were working together before. Now y'all can't work together. What the hell's the problem? Why I got to take a Turkey for y'all to work together? Why I got to take another country to come and do something like what he's doing to come together? Why couldn't y'all do it for yourselves? Where my soundboard at? Payday, payday. I know that, right? It is what it is, man.
Thanks.
Oh, we're gonna celebrate it over here, regardless, brother. We're gonna celebrate it. Trust me, we're gonna celebrate it. I've been celebrating it. I'm gonna continue to celebrate it. I'll take the licks that come with it. You know what I mean? I'll take the coonery jackets that they may try to put on me because they want me to stay black. You know what I'm saying? They think this is you know what I'm saying, conflicted with my blackness. They think this is, you know what I'm saying, this conflicts with my blackness. You know what I'm saying? I'll stay on my soapbox and stand on my square and stand on what I believe in, bro. And we'll see how it turns out, bro. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we'll see.
And like you said, it brings exposure to the world. Will anybody know who Bacoli is right now? If that fight didn't happen, be honest. How many people?
I didn't. I didn't know who he was. I had to look up information. I didn't know who he was.
Who would have known him? Only a few. Oh, he wanted a link?
That's it, Champ Ross. That's all. Oh, okay. LaRon wants a link. LaRon. All right, brother. I'm gonna put the link up here, bro. Let's do it, man.
All right. So, yeah.
Let's do it. I'm gonna send you a link, but you're just gonna come up here, build a little bit, then because I got to get into this boxing. Unless you want to talk, I got to get into this boxing. But there's a link, man. Not everybody come up, please, because we really got to talk about this boxing. We got Canelo Alvarez and Berlanga, who had their press conference today. We got goodness gracious, Victor Ortiz is fighting next weekend. Big fight that makes a big difference in quite possibly the hottest division in boxing right now, or second, 154. You know what I'm saying? So we got to talk about all that. So let's put it up here. Salute, Laurent. What's good, family? How
Clay,
you?
salute, Ray.
What's up?
How you doing, family?
And salute to the chat. I'm doing well, man. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to come up on the panel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. No doubt, man. Anything
man, I
for
love
the
what
community.
you guys do. And I just encourage you both to keep it up, man. Y'all got a unique thing going on. And I try to make it pass as much as I can now. I know I fell off for a minute, but I'm back.
No, I appreciate you, man. We noticed when you were gone for a minute, you come back, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate your contribution. We appreciate your perspective. Whether you agree, you don't agree with us, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. We keep it respectful, and I'm open. I want to hear about it, man. I want to see it a new way. I want perspective. I want some different perspective. I'm just sharing how I feel now. Next week I can feel something different. I can process information, digest new information that I ain't had before, and come to a new conclusion. I'm not stuck on no hill that I'm trying to die on. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see the best thing happen for boxing. I want to see the best fight the best. I want us, the fans. I want, when you spend $80 for a pay-per-view, I want you to get a damn. You remember when pay-per-view used to mean something? Do you remember that? Do you remember when a pay-per-view meant all the friends came by, we eating food? Now you got to pay pay-per-view just to watch regular boxing, bro. Just to watch some regular boxing, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just want to clear up the misunderstanding. All I was saying, and all I'm trying to express and explain, is that Al Heyman's model is exactly, from the beginning, his model was exactly what Turkey's model is. The thing that happened was Bob and Oscar was not for it. They wasn't. See, Al wanted to form something similar to like the NBA or the NFL, where you got all the teams under one banner. Hence is why you saw all these all these fighters opening their own promotional companies. You didn't see that before. Back in the day, we didn't have that. So what Al did, he was revolutionary. He brought something innovative, or was attempting to. And if he was successful at that, naturally that would send Oscar and both Bob out of business. That's the reality of it. So naturally, of course, from a PR standpoint, both Oscar and Bob is going to use the media to paint Al as a bad guy and make it seem like he's the one that's stopping everything. But it's hard to explain all of that in the chat. That's the only reason I wanted to come up, to give a fuller perspective of what I'm saying.
I understand where you're coming from, and I think good. You know what I'm saying? What the saying goes, there's a saying that goes, the road to hell is laced with good intentions, something like that. The road to hell, like the road to hell, is built on good intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the intentions was good.
I think, and of course, Al don't have the money that Turkey got. So of course, if he had the money that Turkey had during that time, then his vision would have came to fruition.
Right. Exactly. I agree with. Wait, hold on, Ray. I agree with you 100%. Like, I could really see that being it. Like, I understand what you're saying. Now, I'm in agreement with you on that. My question is, but you've already answered it in the chat. But my question is, okay, so what's wrong with what Turkey's actually executing and doing right now?
Yeah, I don't have no problem with that at all. I often hear people taking shots at the PBC because of the PR. What Al was made to look like he was blocking fights, when that wasn't the full. That's not the real reality of what was going on. It was a business war. It's almost like Amazon and Walmart. Amazon is not going to do Walmart any favors to help their business grow if Amazon is profitable and they're taking all the market share, just like Walmart is not going to do the same for Amazon. But as a fan, we don't get to really see the business side of the sport. All we really want is the fights. I'm with everybody with that. All I push back on is the false narrative like it's PBC blocking the fights. No, it's a business thing. You know, PBC been the most profitable out of those three companies probably for the last decade or so.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, LaRon. So when Terrence was trying to make that fight with Errol, right? Would Terrence have been able to make that fight without coming underneath the PBC?
I'm not sure. I really can't answer that.
Let me ask you this. Did Terrence try to make the fight without going under the PBC?
Without going under the PBC?
Yeah, did he try to? Did he try to get Errol and be like, yo, bro, we can make this fight happen, dog?
Oh, you saying after he left Top Rank?
After he left Top Rank, because he definitely couldn't make the fight happen.
So I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna answer the question now that I got more clarity. Okay. No, he couldn't make that fight without coming under the PBC. Okay. I thought you were saying while he was with Top Rank. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Right. So isn't that blocking the fight? Isn't that blocking the fight? If Terrence didn't want to sign to the PBC and the fight was going to happen, the fans wanted to fight, wouldn't the PBC be blocking that fight then?
No. This is why. This is why. Earl is with the PBC.
Okay.
So it's almost like it's impossible for it not to be under the PBC if that's where Earl is. And then you got to remember as well, Terrence didn't have a network. The PBC and Earl was signed to Showtime exclusively. I don't want to say exclusive, this as if to say that they couldn't have did a joint broadcasting with another, with let's say
with Top Rank.
But Bud didn't have a network during the time.
But when Bud was with Top Rank, they couldn't make the fight happen.
Right. So, but I thought we was talking about fast forward.
Right. I'm saying Bud had a network at one point in time through Top Rank. They said they weren't going to work with Top Rank. So then Bud left Top Rank, right? Said, all right, y'all not going to do business because I'm over here at Top Rank. He left Top Rank and they were like, nah, bro, but you got to come over here. It's not just you leaving Top Rank. You got to come over here, right?
Yeah, but you got to realize this is what I'm saying. The business aspect of it, though, what I'm saying is, if again I'm using the Walmart and Amazon theory, if Amazon has came and taken over the majority of the market share from Walmart that Walmart once had, I'm not going to do a 50-50 split, or what's the percentage of the split between Top Rank and PBC in that equation?
I don't know, but what's the percentage? What's the percentage of the split between Matchroom and PBC with Canelo and Berlanga?
I'm not sure, but I know it ain't. I'm sure that Canelo, just like remember he just did one with Oscar
with Jaime Munguia.
Yeah.
How come that worked out? Why did that work out? I'm just saying, like, we're showing examples of it working out.
No, we're saying the same thing. You don't realize we're saying the same thing. I'm saying the percentages gotta work. If let's say that Oscar wanted more for the Jaime Munguia, they wouldn't have got that fight. Remember, Canelo left and went over there, but Oscar didn't have the money to pay Canelo, so he came back, and PBC and Amazon put it on. So the same thing with the Top Rank and PBC with Earl and Crawford.
Now, doesn't Turkey eliminate that a little bit by being able to come in and be like,
we don't have a disagreement there.
Okay.
All I'm saying I was
disagreement with the fan base then. So now that we're both on the same page, what's going on with the boxing space, with these other content creation space, with the fans that are looking at Turkey as an op, as an enemy to them, when Turkey's might be their best friend because he's the one guy who's giving you the fights, the best fights. Why is Turkey an enemy in the eyes of all these fans?
That's just the radical space of boxing.
Okay, and that's who we talking to. That's what I'm saying. That's who we.
Yeah, that's who you talking to. I got you, but I said, I just chimed in because of the background that I just was given, that a lot of fans and a lot of people
aren't aware of.
Yeah, they really don't take that because it looked like I said they did a mean PR stunt. I'm talking about Top Rank and golden boy when Al Heyman began to take over the sport and innovated with giving the fight. Like I said, that's where we really started seeing fighters opening their own promotional companies. Because the thing was, the Premier Boxing Champion League, that's what it really was supposed to be, with those fighters being like the Los Angeles Lakers, the New York, having their own franchises. That promotional company, the fighters were supposed to have their own promotional companies as their as a equivalent to an NBA franchise.
Okay.
But if you do that, now watch this. If they was able to do that, then where would Oscar and Top Rank be from a business standpoint? They would be out of business. Because the thing was, Oscar nor Bob, their pride wouldn't let. They could have had their own franchise under the PBC, but they refused to do that. And even if you look at what happened with Turkey, where Oscar was coming out at first, he was bucking at Turkey at first. Remember?
Right.
And then he submitted because it's like, and this is what I'm saying. If Al had the money to do what Turkey did, then I'm sure Top Rank and then it was earlier on. You know, the market didn't. We got to realize that the boxing market changed. It went on a downslide. So, you know, the prominent Top Rank, the money that they were making at one time, they was no longer making. You know, let's say over the last 5-10 years. Remember, you hear Bob coming out like, I'm losing money on terms. I'm losing money on this fighter. So the boxing market it wasn't as large as it once was from a profitability standpoint. And so with Al having the success that he was having, that's why I use the example of Amazon and Walmart. Right. You know, Walmart was the biggest thing, one-stop shop at one time, until Amazon entered the market and they took a lot of the lion's share. Right. So that's why I use that analogy to give, you know, more of an understanding.
Like I completely understand the idea and the vision. And I feel like, and you know what I'm saying, once again, we're on the same page. I agree with the idea and the vision. I don't think it ended up that way, though. I think it ended up turning into a different direction. It became a lot of business. And unfortunately, that business had victims. And the victims was us, the fans, because we're paying $80. You know what I'm saying? We're paying $80 to see Tim Tszyu fight Keith Thurman. And we got saved by Sebastian Fundora. You know what I'm saying? By Keith Thurman getting hurt and seeing Sebastian Fundora. And even that wasn't pay-per-view worthy. But at least we got saved. You know what I'm saying? Everything they want to make us pay for everything, but they don't want to give us no fights and have no value to what we're paying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right. So the space is being very negative, and they're becoming very fanatical and radical about one promotional company. And they look at another promotional company coming up or another investor coming into the space, putting the money in there that they never had, right? Putting the money, it's not like they had their money they was trying to spend and Turkey's undercutting what they trying to do. They can't do what Turkey's doing. What Turkey's doing, they can't do. They don't got the resources to do it. They rather see him go away, not be part of the space, and leave boxing in the same state that it is right now, monopolizing it and extorting us and saying, you guys you have to go through us to watch boxing because there's no other choice. So pay us $100 a month, pay us $90 a month, and we're going to give you what we got for you. Well, when are we going to get the fights we want? In due time. Just keep on paying for these. Keep on paying for this. They even just took away a shout out to the PBC, but they just took away the one free card they were giving away in the year. They lied to everybody. One fighter got hurt who we never heard of. And then they were like, we can't do the card no more, bro. We can't even do the whole card no more. They canceled the whole free card. Then they took Caleb Plant and the guy who he was supposed to fight, what's his name? Trevor McCumbee, whatever his name is. And they put him on the undercard of the Canelo Alvarez card, bro.
Right.
That's a straight, come on, bro. That's a damn hustle right there. That's a damn scam move right there, bro.
So I ain't up here to defend that at all. Because I don't, number one, I don't have enough information on that, but I get your perspective and why I can see how you can come to that conclusion. I will say that. But I'm like I said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into this boxing too.
So
right
I want to say this last thing. I want to say this last thing, then I'm going to dip back into the chat so y'all can progress with the show. Y'all doing a great job. I think that the market is shifting because of Turkey. So what I mean by that, similar to, I'll get an analogy with football. So remember the market shift where the quarterbacks started dominating the pay scale, so to speak. So these quarterbacks getting paid retarded money, and some of them not even as good as what their paychecks say, but because the market dictates that the quarterback should be the highest player on the team, whether they're the best player on the team or not. The market would allow a bum or C-level fighter to be overpaid just because he's a quarterback.
Right.
So with Turkey, I'm saying that is happening and will continue to happen with fighters who may not deserve a big payday. They'll be overpaid because Turkey has the money to infuse into the market. So that's the shift that we're seeing, and that right there is what, if anything is going to eliminate PBC, that right there is what's going to do it. Turkey overpaying fighters.
But I got a question for you though. What fighter do you feel like has been overpaid? Because it seems like Turkey's only looking to make the best of the best fight. This league he's talking about is for the top level fighters that they have, not for the fighters that are in their development stage. What fighter got overpaid?
This what I say is an overpay. If you're not bringing in revenue to the sport, right? There's no way that your pay should exceed the revenue that you're able to bring in that makes let's say whoever putting on the event profitable. If they're not profitable, the promotional company, then that means that the fighter's been overpaid because they're not generating enough revenue off of that headliner.
Do you have an example of that happening?
We could use Devin.
What did Turkey pay Devin?
Not Turkey. I'm just saying of a fighter being overpaid, and that they're not generating the revenue for what their salary is to turn a profit for. In this case, it was Eddie Hearn.
Okay, but I'm saying Turkey ain't done it yet. Turkey's only made the biggest fights.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
You gotta say Turkey did it because let's go from his first card, right?
You talking about with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz?
Over in Saudi.
Yeah,
right.
That's what with Anthony and Andy Ruiz, right?
Right. So what was their pay?
I don't know.
We know that it was tens of millions, right?
Probably.
Yeah. How much did they generate off of that fight?
I don't know. How much did they?
I'm not sure. It didn't get good reviews.
What I'm saying is we don't know. And what I'm definitely saying is that's their money, right?
Well, I don't care about the money. You asked me a question, I wanted to answer the question.
Right. What I'm saying to you is whatever Turkey's paying the fighters, he's paying them. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know what they're getting paid, and we don't know how much he's made on it. We don't know what the bigger picture is. A lot of time, a business will open up, spend a whole lot of money up front, be not making any profits for like the first year and a half, 2 years, just building the brand up, just to make profits in the third, fourth, fifth year, and forever set a trend where they're moving up. On top of that, there's something called fighter development, right? So they're developing and making stars. They're making a following. They're making people want to see certain fighters. Fighters like Shakur Stevenson, who got no real development, right? We got to be honest. He got no real development at top rank. He got bad matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? He got shot down for a lot of fights. And then
I agree with that, Clay.
So what kind of fights? What's the biggest fight Shakur Stevenson had?
This is where Shakur, you're talking about at 135.
I'm talking about his whole career. Since he's been here, what has he done?
Shakur's a 3-time champion, right? 3-division champion, 100%.
Right? I agree.
He's a unified champion at 130, right?
130, right?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the real shift that we see with Shakur, to me, is happening at 135, where he's not being promoted or not having the success from the matchmaking, yada, everything that you just described. To me, that wasn't his from his 130 or 126 division. That happened now that he's at 135.
Right. So let's put it like this, right? They developed him at 126. You saw him developing. 130, he became a champion at 126. He became a unified champion at 130. Now they finally take him to 135 to where they should be reaping the rewards for what they did, and they stunted him.
And you know why that is, right?
I'm sure we can come up with a bunch of reasons.
Business.
You know what I'm saying?
Business.
Right. He
didn't sign an extension, and they knew Shakur was out the door.
Oh, well, he's out the door now for sure. Now he's over there.
Yeah, no, but I'm just, all I'm saying is that's why that happened. Before, when he was at 126 and 130, he was with them for long term. So they was incentivized to promote him, to build him up, yada, yada. When he got to 135, they didn't have the assurance that they was going to have him long term.
So they didn't give him Loma. They didn't give him Navarrete.
Right.
They didn't give him,
right. And you see a difference in the way his career started going. I mean, it's still early in his career, but I'm just saying you see the difference in how he was handled.
But the game is lopsided, right? There's only a handful of stars in the game, obviously, right? You got Tank, moneymaker, Canelo Alvarez, moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? You got a handful of fighters that make the money, and they focus all their energies on cherry picking and feeding these fighters the right fights to give the fans what they want to see, which is knockouts and brawls, right? That's what the casual fan wants to see today. They no longer develop the fighters like Terrence Crawford, who was the pound-for-pound best fighter for the longest time, didn't get what Errol got, right? He couldn't get the opportunities that Errol got, right? So a Turkey brings some perspective to the whole entire spectrum of the game.
I'm with you with Turkey.
When people are and that's what the conversation really comes down to.
But all I was saying was the shift that's happening now, and like again, I only wanted to use the quarterback. What happened with the NFL with the quarterback market?
Right, I understand what you're saying, but I'm also just pushing back to say that I don't see where Turkey's done that.
What
overpaid fighters that shouldn't be getting paid?
My analysis is based off of the revenue that you generate.
But we don't know what they're generating.
Who, the fighters?
You talking about Turkey, right? He's spending money. How much money is he getting back for what he's putting out there, right?
That's like saying, Clay, we don't know what Bud generates or Tank or Canelo. That's like saying that. We really don't. We're not behind the closed doors, so none of us really know.
Right.
So
that's why I stay out the business of boxing, right?
So how can you say that Tank is a money generator if you don't know that? You really don't know that.
I'm just saying, I'm assuming that. I don't know.
That's all we're doing. That's all I'm doing.
That's okay. So what I'm saying is, I don't get involved in the money conversation because we never know. We don't have the facts on what's really going on. We're assuming. We don't know. As a boxing fan, my concern is getting the fights. I don't concern myself with the money because I don't know how the money's working, what's coming in, what's going out. I don't know what these fighters even got paid. So I don't concern myself with it. I concern myself with
no concern. It's just perspective. It's no concern. It's just perspective. That's all.
Right,
I just wanted to add that. Oh, go on.
I have no real perspective. I have no real perspective on it except for I don't know. That's what my perspective is. I don't have no perspective that would sway me into Turkey being dangerous for boxing.
Oh, me neither.
You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. That's not what I said. I didn't say that at all. I think
but
that's
saying
what I'm saying.
You said we're going to go into a chapter, which you feel like is just going to be a shift change, where we go into a chapter or an era of boxing where fighters are getting overpaid more than they're worth. And I'm saying, how do we know they're getting overpaid more than they're worth?
With me saying that, Clay, that's not saying that that's a bad thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that in the aspect of saying that a fighter is being overpaid is a bad thing.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just giving perspective. Like I said, we saw the same thing with the NFL. I'm not saying that the quarterback, I want the athletes to make as much money as they can. I'm just saying that watch us see this shift where a lot of, regardless of the revenue that's generated off of a card, the fighters will be well paid. And again, really that was Al Heyman's exact model. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just throwing a perspective out there. That was it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all.
Okay.
I think every athlete, no matter the sport, should generate as much money as they can. Should be able to make as much money as they can, because they're sacrificing their body and their lives to entertain us as fans. So I'm not saying it as it's a bad thing.
No doubt. Nah, man, I appreciate the perspective.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the chat, man, and let y'all finish cooking, man.
That was some real good perspective, man. I appreciate you coming up here and sharing, bro. I really do, man. Thank you.
All right, salute Ray, salute Clay. I'm in the chat.
All right, peace. Yeah, man, that was an interesting conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, the big thing to understand is when it comes to the money in, money out. You know what I mean? And not to say that LeBron Jones was doing that, but I don't count pockets. I don't know what these fighters are making. I don't know what Turkey's making. I don't know what Bob is making. I don't know what Oscar's making. I don't know what Eddie Hearns is making. I don't know what Tank makes. I don't know what if these guys are making profits. I don't have no idea why Showtime pulled out of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And got out of business. I don't know why how many times the PBC's been involved with different networking deals and them networks have pulled out of those deals. I don't know if they were profitable and they just pulled out while they were ahead, or if they weren't profitable and they pulled out because they weren't making money. I don't know how we can pull up, shout out to 2 Cents in the building. We can pull up gates and all this stuff in it, but at the end of the day, as a boxing fan, my biggest concern is always going to be aligned with making fights happen, seeing the best fights happening. And when I see somebody come into the space giving us the best fight, ain't no way in hell I'm throwing shots at them, bro. It just ain't happening. Salute the Hood Rich in the building. What's good, family?
What's good, man? Salute y'all, man. How y'all feeling?
Man, we good. No complaints, man. You know, we trying to make it over here just talking boxing. We haven't even got to really start talking boxing yet because we got so many fights to talk about. I don't know if you got something you want to build on or if you want me to bring up this weekend. Did you get to see the fights this weekend?
Yeah, man. And I dropped in the chat. I said Bacoli was gonna knock him out. I really ain't know, but damn, that was crazy.
We knew that was coming too, man. We were talking about it. I kept telling everybody that this was gonna be potentially the fight of the night on the card, and that the upset was gonna be crazy because Bacoli was just honestly, people just, you know, and shout out to Jared Anderson, man. I don't know what he plans on doing. I don't know if he plans on continue to fight at heavyweight or if he plans on cutting some weight and going down to cruiserweight, or if he's gonna I don't know what he plans on doing. You know what I'm saying? But one thing's for sure, certain, 2 things for sure. Development is important in this game, right? Getting those looks, fighting competition, and not just getting, I don't want to say tomato cans and cab drivers, but I'm just saying when you get in there with a real heavyweight like a Martin Bacoli, if y'all did y'all research on that man and see what his, you know what I mean, what he was up to, y'all would have known Jared was in a hell of danger. As soon as
his
that contract
story
was put
crazy,
out
bro. Like, man, he been to war and all that, man. That wasn't stopping. Nothing was stopping him.
He wasn't trying to hear it, bro. All those punches he was getting hit with, he was like, brother, I hope you come better than that because it's looking worse and worse for you the more you hit me. The more shots you throw at me, the worse it's looking for you because this is not feeling like nothing. I'm about to put some hands on you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie though, like he was catching them though, but it wasn't nothing like. And bro, that's what I was saying. Like all that boxing stuff, cool, bro. It's cool till it don't work. You feel me? Like till it don't work. Like, and that was
punches start punching, right?
Bro, Shakur was sitting right there. Like, bro, if you go back and watch the fight, Shakur could not believe it. He was like, "What the like?" He was like, "Damn!" Like, yeah, all that boxing shit cool till you get touched. Ain't no way you swimming 12 rounds, bro, without getting wet. It's not happening.
Yeah, but you know what Jared did though, Hoodrich? What Jared did wrong was he didn't realize and he didn't adjust.
Yeah,
right?
That too,
he didn't go, this ain't working. Let me move around. Let me get some lateral movement. He kept going back with his head up. He kept trying to still power through it, punch him even harder, throw even harder shots. He showed that his development was lacking. You know what I mean? He was lacking in the development. The fundamentals weren't there for him. And you know, certain things that he did before, we know. The interview with Roy Jones when he's crying and saying he don't love boxing like that. You know, the changeover from Sugar Hill from his coach to Sugar Hill in the last minute. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with Sugar Hill now. Like all of a sudden he was gonna become a Sugar Hill fighter in one training camp. No, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I was like, where is his other coach Stevenson? Where is he at? Like, you feel me? Like he was
That
there.
dude wasn't even in LA. He wasn't even in LA, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sure
Wow.
Stevenson, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm sure he was feeling some kind of way about the change. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you trying to pull me out the way now that you got the biggest fight? You think you're gonna? It just looks bad. It's just a bad look aesthetically. It looks bad from the outside looking in. What happened with him was I saw it coming, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. If he would have beat Martin Bacoli, I'd have been like Jared's the truth, bro. My whole game, my whole vision on my whole perspective on him would have changed. You know what I'm saying? That's how much of a shock it would
Yeah,
have been for me if he would have been Martin Bacall. I'd be like, damn, that dude's the truth. Hold up, bro. We can't play with Jared. We can't play with Jared,
man,
bro.
man, I swear to God, bro, I was right here watching it with my girlfriend, bro. And, the first, like, as soon as the bell first rung, he tried to hit him with a jab body shot. I was like, nope, nope. It's like you cannot do that. Like you cannot do that to nobody that you know has power, and he coming forward. He just gonna, man. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah,
I ain't
I
bet on
told
it though.
Ray. I told Ray earlier today I was talking to him. I said, Bacoli got that kind of power. He don't even gotta like wind up to hit you. He
He
just
can
let
just
his
tap
hands
you.
go. He just hitting you. He just throwing you. He's just more concerned with connecting with you because it all hurts. You know what I'm saying? He knows it all hurts, bro. The jab hurts, the body shot hurts, the uppercut hurts, the hooks hurt, everything hurts. I just need to put hands on you. It all heavy. It's all heavy handed. Like I told Ray earlier, I don't even touch my kids, bro, because I don't want to go to jail. My hands is heavy at all times. You feel?
Damn.
Like I don't even discipline my kids, brother. You know what I'm saying? I make my wife do it because my hands is heavy at all times. It's heavy at all.
Yeah,
Everything I do is heavy. You know what I'm saying?
man. I ain't gonna lie. The fight that really shocked me, like really, it was two of them. The one that really shocked me was the Ruiz fight. I wasn't expecting him to look like that, man. I
Yeah,
I, I
man.
know I'm skipping because I'm driving, but
Yeah, no, you good, you good. Yeah, Andy Ruiz came out of shape, bro. He came out of shape, man. He came in at 274 and he tried to give us an excuse that he did it because he wanted to put the weight on because he knew Jarrell was gonna be big and he didn't want to get bro. You either in shape or you not, bro. You feel me? We ain't trying to hear that. You not in shape, man. You not in shape. And then he broke his hand too. So you know, what I mean, listen, man. He broke his hand.
that's one
I'll
of my
give him that
favorite
excuse.
fighters, man.
Andy got to make a decision for himself, bro. He really got to make a decision. And honestly, it looks like he's already made the decision. He's gonna pick a steak burrito over boxing every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna sacrifice for the sport. He's not gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? He's not gonna do something difficult to get something he ain't never had. He's
What?
already been
That's what they
he's
put
already
him
been
in
a
a big
unified
fight.
champion. Even that
They
doesn't
put him in a
motivate him,
big
bro.
fight. And they gave him all that money. He ain't. You feel me? That bro. That was, man. I'm telling you, man. I remember when I first got my first 30, 40,000. Man, I was lazy, bro. Like no, dead sir. I was lazy, bro. I
No,
didn't.
I believe you. I
All I
know how that
wanted,
goes. Yeah.
you feel me? Like I was lazy, bro. Like I didn't want to get up for nothing. I didn't want to do nothing unless like I was just chilling at all times.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I know. Look, we've been shutting out Ray for a minute. He's been trying to speak, man. I gotta let Ray get in
Oh
the
no,
conversation,
it's
man. We've
cool.
been having
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
we
time.
way past what I had to say, man. We good.
Okay.
I was just looking
Okay.
at the
Okay.
chat, rolling up with the chat. We way past what I
No,
needed to say.
we definitely need to.
What did y'all think about the Crawford fight? I ain't gonna lie. I look at that Canelo fight way different now. Honestly, way different.
We could definitely talk about it because I'm not gonna act like it didn't shake the foundation to my belief about what Terrence could do against Canelo Alvarez. I would be lying to sit here and be like that fight didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like it didn't affect the
Yeah,
way I saw that fight. But
yeah,
this is what I'm gonna say. One thing I'm gonna say is Terrence Crawford, the kind of respect I have for him, I got the kind of respect for him where I don't feel like he'll do something he don't think he can do. You
right.
feel what I'm trying to say? That's number one. I
Yeah.
think he'll be honest with himself first before he's honest with anybody else. I think he's going to be honest with himself. Secondly, stylistically, I don't think that Madrimov fight really gave some fair perspective on what a Canelo fight would look like with him, because they're that different of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo's a flat-footed, come forward, power punching fighter. Madrimov was on his toes, bouncing around, fainting like crazy, switching up on him. He was irky, jerky, moving around. Canelo don't really do that. So styles make fights, but 100%, I'm not going to sit here and act like that fight didn't shake the foundation of my belief in what Terrence could do with Canelo, if that makes any sense. It definitely did. I can't act like I'm not sitting
I
here
don't see that.
looking at it a little differently.
I don't see that fight happening unless they come to an agreement to fight at 160. There's no way he moves up to 168 to take that fight.
Yeah.
It gets too much. I think Terrence Crawford has plateaued at 154. I don't see him gaining much more power, but and equivalent to his age too. Him slowing down maybe a step, a hair. I'm not going to say too much. I just think it was more so than age. Of him slowing down. His IQ is still there. You know what I mean?
It's the defense.
Sometimes the body doesn't do what it wants you to do. But he also was taking a few chances, and I think those are the chances he was able to get away with because he was faster at a smaller weight, where he couldn't get away with it at being at a higher weight. So him going to 160 would probably make it even more of a equal fight footing. In the fight, Canelo just hits. I think he just punches too hard, and I think at a lighter weight, Canelo will be a little faster. Because again, coming down in weight is probably a little better than going up in weight sometimes if you can make it. And I think it's really hard for somebody to come up to the division. If Bud was to go to the division, for somebody coming down from close to 200 pounds, fighting you at one, the power is going to be different. And the guy's not, he's not like a big 168 pounder. So
Right.
when he gets in that ring, he's going to have some flash. He's going to have some movement. He's going to have some quickness that Terrence probably won't be ready for or expecting to be at that weight. So it could be deadly, and I don't mean like the point of him getting killed, but obviously it can be deadly for him in the ring where he can get stopped, or he'll find out, I think, in my opinion, what Charlo did, why Charlo felt that power and why he stayed off of Canelo and just kept backing up the whole fight. But
Right.
again, and what Clay says also makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm a big devil's advocate on that too, on myself. I think Canelo believes he can do it. He feels he can box. He can move around the ring. He's a smaller fighter. It's a possibility he can outbox Canelo and stay on the outside. So
for sure,
it can go either way. It all depends on who shows up, what shows up, and how the fight goes.
Facts. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. The only reason I said it's gonna be different because Crawford was swinging, bro, but it did not budge him. Like, it did not budge Madrimov at all, bro. So, and I feel like with Canelo, bro, even Triple G couldn't knock him down, or even, you feel me? Like,
100%.
nothing, bro. So, come on now. Like, I'm going to have to go with Canelo.
I mean,
but
I could definitely see, listen, the task is tall, right? Without a doubt. It's a tall task. There's a very good chance Terrence Crawford loses that fight if he fights Canelo, without a doubt. A very good chance, probably a probable, you know what I'm saying, chance that he loses that fight. The fight, it's a big deal, bro. It's not an easy one answer thing. I'm just gonna say, like, and I saw sports SI in here kind of went to the same way. Styles make fights, guys. You know what I mean? Styles make fights. It's up to Terrence to let us know. It's up to him and his team to come together with a strategy and be like, yo, this can work, or you know what, let's not even move forward with it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if Terrence Crawford says he wants that fight and they make that fight happen, I'm gonna be sitting here with my popcorn, bro.
And
that looks like.
And like, I don't know if it's just Canelo talking in front of cameras, but he's saying, give me 200 plus, I'll fight Benavidez, and give me 150, I'll fight Bud. I don't know if he's serious though. That's the only thing. Like, he been saying it, he said it before, but I don't know,
He
bro.
said something on Twitter. He said something today, right? Or he said
Yeah.
something about potentially fighting Terrence. Shout out to Derek Wilson, the building, man. Salute, family. Thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Thank you, man. I hope you sub to the channel. At
So
least you said you new to the
Canelo,
channel. You didn't say you subbed. And guys, I don't know what the likes is like. I haven't been looking at it, but if you haven't liked, backed out, hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We really appreciate
yes,
everybody being in the building. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Sway did an interview with Canelo, and it was all on the channel with all the comments that you're talking about right now and how he responded. Canelo's not Canelo's not looking to take the fights with these guys because he's afraid. I told you that. I believe he's looking for the payday because the risk. You know what I mean? Terrence, high risk, low reward. If he fights him for what he believes he at a regular rate. If he fights Benavidez, I have a chance, an option of losing all my titles to a younger fighter that I'm going to pet. That's going to take the torch from me. I'm going to have to go in retirement, and I'm not going to make another penny. No, I need to get paid for this. He's thinking outside the box. The guy can. I told you, the guy has. He's the king in the deck, king of spades in the deck, the ace of spades, whatever you want to call it. He's the highest card in the deck right now. He makes the moves. Unfortunately, everybody don't gotta like the moves, but at the end of the day, that that card is a trump card. He trumps everybody. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out. I see teaching in there talking about people think that power is the only thing that wins fights. You listen, man, there's lots of ways to win fights. Floyd Mayweather spent half of his career not being a power puncher in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Not being the hard hit in the ring and making fights happen. I mean, he beat Canelo, right? So, like I said, man, if Terrence says he can do it, I'm here to see it, and I believe he can do it because I believe he's honest with himself. I don't see him being somebody who's just gonna put his life on the line for just money without, you know what I'm trying to say? Like I feel
Where,
like if he get up in there, he's like, nah, bro, y'all
where,
sleeping on me. I can do this. You know what
where's
I
the
mean? Y'all,
reports they took Terrence gloves? I ain't see that.
they took Crawford Magic gloves away. Yeah, bro.
Where's the report of that? Or
There's
is this
come on, bro.
somebody
You need
else's
to look into
narrative
it.
that we pushing? Because
I
there's
mean,
no.
I mean, I
I've never.
mean,
I didn't hear any report of them taking his gloves away. I'm just saying, is this another narrative we pushing?
No, what they're saying is that the
you better than
Everlast
live
gloves.
TV.
Yeah, there was some issue with the gloves, and it
Right.
was really it turns out the real complaint was about Madrimal's gloves, that they
Correct.
found something flawed in his gloves that they that,
You,
that they were getting kind of fixed. But yeah, bro, that's all he won, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
crazy. The same people that didn't see the fireworks knows what happened to the gloves. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Big Dre said even if the fight was at 160, Bud would need to gain to even be close where Canelo can get down to 160 and rehydrate 20 pounds and still be lighter than his walk around not being weight drained. I hear you, bro. But at the end of the day, let's always remember that Roy Jones went up to heavyweight and put hands on
Yeah.
John Ruiz, bro. You know what I'm saying? So things happen, bro. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying?
It can
Things
happen.
happen. It's special fighters. I'm gonna tell you guys over and over again. Special fighters do special things, bro. We don't have all the answers sometimes, Sway. Sometimes it takes a special fighter to show you how a fight can be won in a way that maybe you didn't see it happening. Sometimes it takes a special fighter to show you how timing beats speed and power. You know what I'm saying? How him being able to connect on the tip of that chin at the right time can have Canelo doing the stanky leg. Like, yeah, everybody been trying to bludgeon him to death and punch him straight in his head, but you know what I mean? Sometimes it take that boop rather than that bang to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? it's just it's just all about there's a science to it, you know what I mean? There's definitely a science to it. So we'll see what he decides to do. You know what I mean? That fight was a very competitive fight. I think people trying to hold it over Crawford's head a lot, the way that fight happened, trying to be like, oh, did he lose it? Ah, he got exposed. Ah, the magic gloves. Ah, this, ah, that. At the end of the day, but whenever you guys are doing that, you're taking away the credit from where the credits really due, which is Madrimov was really him. You know what I'm saying? He really presented a lot of problems. He really was a good, fundamentally sound boxer. You know what I'm saying? He was unorthodox in many ways. And combine that with whether or not you want to combine that with Terrence Crawford's age, with his layoff for a year and some change. You know what I'm saying? With everything that came full circle and together for Terrence Crawford, where he's at in his career right now, and the type of fight that he expected Ismail Madrimov to give him. He even said that he expected him to be more aggressive and expected him to try to use his power and his strength. And Madrimov went the other way with it and tried to use his footwork and his, you know what I'm saying, and his IQ and all those things to make the difference. And Terrence had to adjust, but he's a special fighter and he did adjust. He adjusted and he walked away with in my opinion, a 7-5. You know what I mean? I was on that 7-5, but I've heard people go as high as 10-2. I've heard 9-3s, definitely heard a lot of 8-4s, but a 7-5 was fair. He walked away with a win in that fight. I think that Ismail Madrimov is the best 154 pounder in the game right now outside of Terrence. Right now, I'm being honest with you. I think that dude is. I think he presents a lot of problems for a lot of those 154-pound killers that y'all think is up there. I think Ismail Madrimov presents a lot of issues, and I think when he starts fighting and making other fights, I think Terrence will get his true credit for beating that man at that time. When y'all see the caliber of fighter he is, I think that's when Terrence will get the acknowledgement for how complicated and difficult that fight was. You know what I mean? Styles make fights, guys. Remember, styles make fights. You know what I mean? I remember when Terrence Crawford said before, and they asked him if Errol Spence was going to be the hardest fight of his career. And he said, I don't know until I get in the ring with him. He says, the guy you think is going to be your hardest fight, be your easiest fight. And the guy you think is going to be your easiest fight turns out to be your hardest fight. It's styles, man. It's styles, man. It makes a difference. Let's see. Roscott said, teach by soaring criteria. Munguia beat Canelo. Munguia landed 3 to 4 shots when Canelo landed 1. Big Sarge Crawford and Madrimov was a fight between 2 counterpunchers. Talk to him, Big Sarge. That's why I also said you was watching counterpunchers trying to counterpunch counterpunchers. That's a very interesting situation. Very difficult thing to get right, man. It's easy to judge from the outside looking in, man. It's easy to point the finger and say, this guy ain't him. This guy should have done better. This guy should have did this. And also the way that Madrimov fought really gave a lot of props and accolades to his amateur career. It really showed you how important those 350 plus fights he had in his amateur career was and how much of a difference it made in his experience in that ring. Because a lot of people looked at him like he was a less experienced dude. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. Maybe in a professional space, he was less experienced and being on the camera and being on a big stage. But as far as fighting was concerned, he fought a lot, bro. He fought a lot more amateur fights than Bud did. You know what I mean? Let's see, just one tone deaf, just one punch. If he opened up, Crawford would have combo him, would have combo him. Okay. Texas 16, anticipate and time the counter. Yeah. Thank you, Country Q. I really appreciate that, brother. Cheat said, yeah, I see that Roscott. I edge it to Munguia, but people say I'm capping. I'm not mad at them, though. Madrimov bit and held on different frequencies. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What you got? Let me ask you guys this, though. I mean, we're talking about this Terrence Crawford fight. Terrence Crawford clearly, you know what I mean? I think he knows at this point that him and Canelo isn't fighting no time soon. Canelo's fighting next month. Fighting Edgar Berlanga. Who you guys see him fight next at this point? What's the next for Terrence Crawford? What does he do?
Honestly, either pick up some more belts at 54, or bro, it ain't really a lot for him to do, bro.
Well, there's a lot for him to do at 154. If he decides to stay at 154, I think there's a lot of big money fights to make there, especially with somebody like Turki backing you up. I think him and Virgil Ortiz, big fight. Him and Tim Tszyu, big fight. Obviously, him and Errol Spence, big fight. Him and what you call it, Jamel Charlo. Because I'm hearing rumors that Jamel Charlo's coming out of his hiatus and he's supposed to be getting active. So that brings something else to the table as well. And then I'm one of those guys who's campaigning to have Boots come up to 154, man. I think Boots really needs to consider this, man. I know what he wants to do. I hear it. I don't need, I'm not hard-headed. I'm not deaf either. I know Boots wants to go ahead and become undisputed at 147, but I think there's some big fights for him to make at 154, man.
Yeah, man. And he's struggling. He's struggling to make the weight for real. Like, just go. Like, but he want to have as much leverage, in my opinion. He want to have as much leverage as he can when the
Hmm.
big fights happen. He don't want to be the B side, if that makes sense.
No, 100% understand.
Uh,
100% understand.
Who do y'all see? My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so now I was just responding to that. So only person I want to see, and I think he should fight, is the same fight he should have had at 147. That was right there in his corner before Virgil Ortiz left the division.
Yeah.
Virgil Ortiz and him was supposed to fight. Virgil Ortiz is supposed to be the WBO or
Now that was
WBA.
a duck.
No, yeah, I didn't say that. I'm not going there. Let me finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm speaking.
I
I'm
just I
speaking
just had to
about
put that out there, big bro.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm speaking about 154. I ain't talking about what happened. I said should have happened at 147. That's what I'm leaving it. Um. So at 154 right now, I think Virgil Ortiz is setting himself up for the challenge of Bud Crawford's title, and I think he is or the WBO interim, and I think that puts him in line because I believe he gets the this fight here is a title eliminator for the WBO, I believe, and I think
WBA.
WBA. It's okay,
Yeah.
whatever, whichever one
You
it
talking
is.
about Virgil? You talking
Virgil
about Virgil?
Ortiz, right?
Yeah.
He's in. Yeah, so
No, no,
he's
no,
in,
no, 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 no. When Virgil was gonna fight Tim Zoo, that was gonna be for the WBA.
right
I think Virgil is fighting
WBO.
Bahachuk for the WBC interim. I think that because Serhii Bahachuk is a WBC interim champion right now. So unless they're
Right.
fighting for that WBA anyway, I
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
that I thought it was WBO. I'm being honest. But it could
No, the
be
WBO
here.
is Terrence.
Here, I understand, but here, this is what we're
No,
going to
because
say.
well, hold on. Sebastian Fedora is the WBO
They're
champion
not for
right
the
now.
interim titles. They're title eliminator shot. This is title eliminator.
Yeah,
The
but
fight.
not for the WBO. They'll be for the WBA because
It
the
could be
WBA is a title that was that was the actual real title that was on the
okay.
line between Terrence and Madrimov. The
It
WBO was
could
an
be. It
interim
could be
title that came down to Terrence
right.
from
Whichever
Sebastian.
one, I'm just saying,
Right.
whichever one it is, it could be. It's one of the WBs. How about that? Now I can go with that. I rock with the WB. So
WB.
he's
Yeah,
fighting winner for one of the WB belts. He's in line to fight
okay.
Terrence Crawford after this fight to get to Fundora or Spence or Terrence and Spence, however it works. But I think even Turkey is like he's going to get involved to try to make that fight happen with Terrence to
Hmm.
escalate that fight so they can make that for the next fight. And they're even trying to move Tim Zoo into position also if that doesn't work out and he gets the Spence or Fundora fight. So it's a lot of things in the line there. No, I know he's working. He's going to fight for the WBC interim, but the way they're moving is they're giving a lot of title eliminators, and also, like Bud just got he got the WBC interim, right, or something like
No, no,
that.
no, no,
No,
no.
I'm sorry, not interim. He got the What did he get? He got the WBA. He's
Go
got
ahead.
a
I'll let
shot
you
at the
figure it out.
WBC, right? He's got the WBO interim,
Right.
correct? Okay, so he just got 3 shots in one fight. So they're
Hmm.
trying to do the same thing with Virgil Ortiz, is what I'm saying. And the only one that's only getting 1 shot is going to be Tim Zoo, who's fighting for the IBF.
Right.
That's still right. So that's where I'm going with. So they're trying to match up Bud and Virgil to get him into the fight for the next. I'm pretty certain it's one of Bud's titles, whether it's his interim title or his full blown title. Uh, they're trying to move him into that direction, so that
Right.
way one of them get to fight with Earl or Frendor if that fight does happen. That's the way they're looking at it. But at the end
Right.
of the day,
They're looking at so Sebastian and Earl right now. From what I understand, the earliest would be January. That'd be the
okay,
earliest, and people are talking about it even going out into like February, March, February. I've heard a lot of rumors about. So Terrence, who really only fights once a year, right? That's really what he does. That's what his track record's been for like the past 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He's been fighting like once a year when you really think about it. Um, I mean, outside of the Sean Porter and
And
between
that's
the
why
Sean
he always
Porter
had
and
problems, bro. Like you gotta be.
active,
They got like
like
they gotta see your face.
I mean, he's been lining up the biggest fights, and also, he's kind of been planning his retirement a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of like making every fight count. He's
I
getting
got a
older, which is
question
probably
though.
what's
I'm sorry. Go
preserved him.
ahead.
No,
What
so what I
what?
what I was gonna say is if he's lining up a fight right now and he's trying to take that break and trying to take that rest, he probably
Right.
gonna wait on that Errol Spence Sebastian Fedora fight. You know what I'm saying? Before he makes a
I mean,
decision, I think.
It is an easy fight either way, but what do y'all think about like Bomac saying like Tio don't bring nothing to the table, Boots don't bring shit to the table, but on the flip side,
Honestly,
but on the flip
honestly,
side,
I understand where they're
I
coming
mean,
from. But go ahead.
I
go ahead,
I
what you say?
I
No,
think
I hold on a second, Ray. I think that I understand where he's coming from. I think that you have to understand when they say bringing something to the table, what they're talking about is bringing something of value to Bud, right? Outside of what maybe people want to say money and all that. Money's part of it, but at the same time,
That'll be a
Bud
good
has
fight.
it would be a good fight, but Bud has he has boxes he needs checked for himself as well in these last few fights he has in his career, right? That he's got coming up. He has boxes he needs checked. So right now, one of the boxes he wants checked is he's trying to become a unified, potentially even an undisputed champion at 154. So if he's on that path, what do any of those guys bring to Bud and what he wants to get done? Because he's already got the money because Turkey's already willing to pay him the money, right? They're not bringing no belts. They don't fight at 154. They're all requiring him to go down to 147 to fight. So you're taking him off. You're derailing what he wants to get done. What are y'all bringing to him that doesn't distract him for what he wants to get done? I keep saying it. If
But
those guys want to get in the conversation of fighting Bud, they need to come to 154 and they need to get in the way. They got to get in the way, bro. They got to get a belt. They got to do something
right,
that to get a hold of something that Bud wants to give Bud some vested interest in making that fight happen.
I mean, like, yeah, all that's true though. But
Mhm.
we can say the same thing to Canelo about Bud. You feel me? What do he
100%.
do? What do you feel me? So I'm like, it's like I said all that to say, but then T.O. got accolades. Don't get that twisted though. But I say all that to
What
say, but
accolades does he have that Bud wants though? What accolades does
no,
he
that's
what
true.
accolades does he bring to the table that gives Bud anything? Does he bring a 154 belt? Does he bring feel what I'm trying to say? Like what does he
Yeah,
bring to Bud that Bud's like, yeah, I want that. I need that. Bud's
if
yeah,
already a
you
but we
two
can say
weight
the
class
same
undisputed
thing.
champion.
We can say the same thing to Canelo. But I'm saying all of this because on the flip side, they'll argue you down about the Shakur and Tank fight, and the fight gonna happen. I want the fight. Don't think I don't, but it's just crazy how you can have two. You feel me? Like two sides on every. I don't know, man.
all
That
right,
was like that rubbed me the wrong way. Just say
Which one?
I don't want to fight T.O. You feel me? Don't be like, oh, he don't bring nothing. Then we go back to the Tank conversation.
No.
Like you feel like,
let me tell you what it
Were you
is.
talking about Terrence right now? Or you talking about Shakur?
I was talking about both, but
Let me
Because
tell you.
Terrence is different. Terrence is saying, first of all, T.O. is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
that's true. That's
So
true. That's
so
true.
so there's that part right there. So Terrence ain't gonna be nice about Bomac and Terrence ain't gonna be nice to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't gonna say no to him nicely. They're gonna break him down and be like, you trash, bro. And let's be honest. What Bomac was saying wasn't so far fetched. It wasn't just dissing him. He was keeping it 100. Bro, you just went 12 rounds with a Claggett, bro. You know what I'm saying? You took a Claggett, took you 12 rounds and put bumps on both of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Really put hands on you. The fight you had before that against Jermaine Ortiz, most people think you lost that fight. Then you went and fought against Josh Taylor. That was a decent fight. But then you fought Sandor Martin, and people think he pieced you up there. So really, what has T.O. done ever since he left 135 and lost that fight against Cambosis, you know what I'm saying, and lost his belts? What has he done really that's been impressive? Josh Taylor's probably the highlight of that boy's career in the past couple of years. So, it might be harsh what they said to him, but I think there's some truth to it to be like, bro, you really think you him? You need to get active and you need to work on your division. You at 140 pounds right now. Unify up there, man. Become undisputed
No,
there.
I
We not in your
agree.
lane.
I mean, like, I agree when they said fuck T.O. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But why just don't just say that? Like, fuck, I'm not fighting him. Fuck him. Don't be like, oh, he don't bring this, bring that, bring that, bring that. Cause then
I
y'all
hear
open
you, but
it.
you know how it goes.
Yeah, facts.
Sometimes it just be like, you know what I mean? That's like seeing your boy go off on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And you're like,
Yeah,
damn, ain't need to be all that. But at the same time, you can't really tell that man how to feel. You know what I'm saying? he feels some kind of way about whatever they went through. You coming in a little, you know what I mean? You from the outside looking in. That man really feels some kind of way. He want the fair one, and he talking about that dude's mama and his kids. And you like, you ain't had to say nothing about his mama, bro. If you got smoke with him, just have smoke with him. Nah, man, fuck him. Like I said, bro, respect to what you said. Fuck him and his mama, though, bro. And you like, all right, you feel me? That's how you feel about it, bro. It's just how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel about it. But at the end of the day, T.O.'s spinning his wheels in mud, bro. Because at the end of the day, he truly don't bring nothing to the damn table when it comes to the Terrence Crawford conversation. I can see where Terrence is coming from. Like, I don't need to be fighting you at all, bro. You bring nothing to me, bro. There's
You got
nothing you
everybody
doing.
else you can fight. Why are you chasing Bud?
You want to go up 2 weight classes? You want me to come down to 147 and fight you for what, bro? If I'm gonna come down to 147, I'll fight Boots. If I'm gonna come back to 147, that's who I'll fight, not you, bro. I'll tell you what. How about this, T.O.? You want to fight me so bad? Fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? Call Boots out. Go beat Boots up, and then maybe we can talk. But I'm be honest with you, I still ain't gonna fight you, bro, because you still don't bring nothing to the table, dog. Because who's Boots? To me, I'm saying Boots is that guy, but at the end of the day, you beat Boots. I don't mean I should come down to 147 and derail my journey to becoming a unified or undisputed champion at 154 to come down here and fight you at 147. Brother, chill. Go focus on them fights that you can make and stop trying to make these fantasy fights. And then he got mad because they ain't let him into that press conference. We're not gonna let you up in that press conference. You're going to come up here and disturb and be a distraction and try to get attention that you don't deserve, bro. You stay your tail outside, bro. You and your drunk daddy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both stay your tail outside, bro.
Then he try to say racist.
Yeah, that's real racist. Come on, man. He a reacher, bro. He always reaching. He always saying something, man. He always say something. Exactly, Big Sarge. He need to focus on Brian Norman at 147. Do that, man. That's a big feat for you. Brother, you just came out from getting pieced up by a Claggett, bro. A Claggett did that to you, bro. Dude with 7 losses, bro. You know
It's big as hell.
Had you looking crazy. Had you looking like showbiz, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, T.O. need to just go and do something that's realistic, that's achievable, and stop trying to think.
I want to know why did T.O. say I would never lace up a pair of gloves with Shakur? What made you say that? Like this, I don't know, man. He been tripping lately.
He needed to do, T.O. needs to go back to what he used to be, which is a boxer. And he needs to stop being the showman and the promoter and the businessman. He's doing those jobs. Let Bob do his job. I saw him do an interview and he said, I'm going to start letting the matchmakers at Top Rank make my matches, and I'm going to start focusing on fighting. Do that, bro. Stop trying to be this dude who's captivating, grabbing microphones, saying the most craziest left, right, not on the line things that you're saying. Like, I mean, it gets to be pathetic, and you clout chasing in the worst way. The clout chasing is diabolical, bro. It's diabolical. You know what I'm saying?
You guys crazy.
He need to figure it out. What do you think about so listen, you're here. We could talk Tank business a little bit and say, listen, and not really Tank business because Tank's still in Paris, right? He's still over there doing what he does. Shakur Williams Zepeda. You think that's a fight that makes sense at this point? When you look at the broad spectrum, when you look at the fact that it just looks like Tank is busy right now. He ain't sending no contracts out. He's worried about what's going on over here. It looks like Shakur has options now, right? He could fight Lomachenko. He could fight Williams Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? And he's over there talking with Turki.
Loma was trying to fight at the fight. He be tripping, man. But I mean, Tank ain't gonna be over there forever. He ain't gonna be over there for months. He about to come back in a couple of weeks. So, I mean,
but ain't nobody waiting on Tank, bro. You already know how that goes.
I'm trying though. They want to fight. But as soon as he make a fight with somebody else, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he ducked me. He don't want." You already set yourself up to not fight. But
I see
what you're saying. To Turkey, telling Turkey get him Zepeda.
Because you know why, bro? Because at the end of the day,
he know the fight won't happen too. He know that fight won't happen. He know.
Exactly. So what pressure do I have on me? If it don't happen now, it'll happen later. We're gonna fight because I'm a WBC champion. You're a WBA champion, and more importantly, I'm on your list. You know what I'm saying? I'm on your list. So you put all that together. I don't need to chase that around. I don't need to wait around for that. When you're ready, my mailbox is gonna show. I'm gonna wake up one morning. There's gonna be a contract in that mug. You feel me? And we'll talk business then. You know what I'm saying? But until that happens, yo, Turkey. So is the pay to down? That's what he talking. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I mean, until that happens,
man, I
we're
ain't
gonna
gonna
get
lie.
better.
Man, Canelo said it best. Canelo said it best. Yeah, Shakur got the best boxing, but Tank got the power. I'm betting my money on Tank Davis. Hey,
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
hey.
Hold on, yo, salute to Two Rich Sports in the building. Yo, Ray, you were trying to say something? We've been deboing. Yeah,
Sorry.
Tone said he want to know what you think about it. He said, Ray, what you say about it?
I
Tone
don't even
definitely
know
want to know
what
what you
you're
think
talking
about it.
What happened? With what? Tio? And it was like 10 minutes
About
ago.
about T.O., yeah.
Tio and Bud, Tio and Shakur, Tio and Tank.
Just T.O. in general. What T.O. need to do? What in comparison to what he is doing? What does he need to do?
What he need to do to get his career back on track with the limelight?
Tio can't get his career back on the limelight. Tio needs to settle down, start fighting people that he can beat, like he's trying to do with Claggett. It ain't gonna happen. He needs to fight fighters that's gonna come forward. Like his only chance of even getting back is by beating another champion. Only champion he has right now that he has an opportunity to beat is Puello. He's the only fighter that's going to stand in front of him, even though he moves backwards, but he'll box him from that back foot going backwards, and he gets on the ropes, which is deadly for him, for Tio. He's not going to be able to fight these guys that are slick fighters. He's never been able to keep up with slick fighters. Ryo destroys him. Liam Parle destroys him, and if Puello gets on his back foot and starts using his pivots like he did with Antoine, he destroys him. So who is he going to beat as the champions? He needs to go pick a fight. I mean, maybe call out Rolly. Maybe take his mandatory finally with Barbosa, and then show the world that, like, yo, look, I can beat my mandatory. Yeah, I can beat somebody of significance. Maybe call out Hitchens. You know what I mean? Find somebody that's got a name that's out there that you can dismantle and beat. Can he beat him? No, but if you beat him, guess what happens? It puts your name back in the limelight. Tio's he's been a wreck. I think he just needs to settle down and relax. He ain't getting a fight with Crawford. He can't beat Crawford. He's called out Brian Norman. I thought that was the fight that he was trying to make, but I guess that's not going to work out for him. So where's he going to move to 147 and fight Blair Cobbs? Like, who's he going to fight?
Yeah, Blair had an interview today too. That was funny.
Man, I forgot about Blair Cobbs, man. Bro, I genuinely forgot about him, bro.
You know who?
That's crazy.
No, I was going to say something on the strength of seriousness, but also I found out it's really joking. If I'd have said it, everybody laughed at me. But Brendan Lee would be somebody that Tio should fight. Brendan Lee has never had a prospect fight. He's like 28 fights in the game. That'd be somebody that Tio can fight that has an O in his record that'll make him look good if he beats him. Brendan Lee also has, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to help him. I'm trying to help a brother out, but I can't. I really can't. You know what I mean? What, are you going to fight his boy Rolly? Like, they tight. I don't know.
No, they ain't tight no
Tio
more.
just needs to be quiet for a minute, and he needs to let his matchmakers handle his matchmaking, and he needs to beat who's in front of him. He needs to develop. He needs to get strategy into his game. When he goes into the ring, he needs to stop freestyling. He needs to learn how to cut the ring off. He needs to build his brand up, bro. He needs to go back 2 steps so he can go forward 3. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me bring on the new dudes in the building. We got Two Rich Sports in the building, and then we got Sports SI. That's what Two Rich is. Okay, and then we got Ross Scott in the building. Salute, King.
What's up, y'all? Salute.
Yeah, well, what's going on?
Chilling, Two Rich. What's on your mind, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, man, I wanted to cook on the which I was talking about with Crawford, Canelo, and the Crawford Madrimov fight. Now, on my channel, I do a lot of breakdowns and stuff, and I've been going through the footage of the Crawford Madrimov fight, and the difference in that fight was combination punches. That Crawford landed a lot more combination punches that may not have quite caught the eye of the camera,
Yep.
And while Madrimov was landing those right hands, but it was one at a time. It was one at a time. And I do think those shots that Crawford was landing was hurting enough to keep Madrimov from running in there. Now, I'm going to transition this to the Canelo fight. That we can't really tell what's going on with Bud from this Madrimov fight, because Madrimov was so awkward that nobody else is gonna fight like that. Now, my reference is think about when Bud fought Sean Porter. Sean Porter did a lot of bouncing in and out, in and out, in and out. Took a minute for Bud to get a read on Sean Porter. So Bud ended up knocking him out. But a lot of people because of that fight, just assumed that Errol would beat Bud. But when Errol and Bud fought, we saw it wasn't even a fight because of the styles. Styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? When you got a boxer that's moving a lot, a boxer is harder to beat than a puncher. And I think as we keep watching these Turkey fights, we're going to start to see that these 50-50 fights are going to start leaning toward the boxers, or at least the boxer punchers, because the boxers are more elusive. They're harder to strategize against, and that it should make sense. Even watching Rayo and Pitbull, it should make sense now why they don't want to make a Tank. They didn't want to make a Tank Devin or a Tank Shakur, because that would be the toughest fight, trying to hunt down the boxer. So what I say is Canelo is more stationary. Canelo will be more closer to Errol Spence for Crawford. He's gonna be there to be hit. You see what I'm saying? Canelo is not gonna be able to move that much. Now the question gonna be, can Bud take the power? Now he took those punches from Madrimov pretty good, but Canelo 168 gonna be a lot more power. So to me, that's the question. Can Bud take the power? But I think Bud lands more on Canelo than he did against Madrimov, because Canelo gonna be stationary. A lot of things we didn't see from Bud. We didn't see Bud hitting the high guard and then going low to the stomach, because Madrimov wouldn't stand there long enough. Canelo, when he's under attack, he's gonna put the high guard up, and that's gonna give Crawford chances to go to the body a lot more. So that's it with that. As far as the TO thing and the boots thing, I want to see Crawford boots. I really think that should be the next fight. But what I don't like, we watched Crawford become an undisputed champion, and he had to wait for 5 years to get his opportunity. But they want to put everybody else on a fast track. People don't want Boots to go up there, get a belt, get in the way. They just want to fast track him to Crawford. So I understand why Crawford's saying, like, hold up, this guy ain't ready. You see what I'm saying? Because he ain't did what Bud had to do to get his opportunity. So I can understand that to a certain degree. But just like with Canelo saying, hey, it's $150 million to pull me out. Well, I think Bud should be the same way about Boots. Where, okay, you want me to fight Boots, throw that astronomical number up there, and that may be enough to pull Bud out for that fight. So that's all I got on that.
No doubt, no doubt. I agree with most of everything you said. I think damn near everything you said, especially in reference to the into the perspective on how Terrence Crawford looked against Madrimov, and really using that triangle theory to say whether or not that's going to be a good fight between Canelo and Terrence based on that Madrimov fight. That's really not a good, not a good example, because Madrimov was really that irky jerky, just different fighter. I don't think it really, the things that Madrimov was doing, I don't think that Terrence is going to be worried about those things necessarily with a Canelo Alvarez. I think it's a whole different animal, a whole different beast. I definitely agree with what you said there, man. No doubt about it, man.
Let me just say this one last thing real quick. And two, I heard Madrimov say in the press conference before the fight that I don't know if it's a press conference or interview, but he had some, basically he liked surprise. So he had a surprise for Crawford. I think this, now I looked at Madrimov tape, the fights before. If you notice against Crawford, Madrimov didn't throw no jabs. His surprise was to not jab to allow Terrence Crawford to counter, but to throw the straight right hand, because he could sneak that right hand in that awkward position. But I think that's what was his downfall to the fight, because just depending on that right hand didn't give him enough activity. Whether
where if he had to use his size and came in jabbing, I think he would have been able to land a lot more points if nothing else.
Man, I agree with you 100%, man. And you know, I mean, not to keep adding to it because I know we got other people in here trying to
Yeah.
build, but just to say that, you know, he wasn't. What would happen is because he wasn't using that jab, he was having a hard time setting up shots, and
Mm-hmm.
Bud picked up on that. So Bud would move and make him reset constantly. You saw Madrimov constantly resetting
Yeah. Yeah.
because he wasn't using that jab to set up any shots, and he wasn't using it as a range fighter. He was trying to leap. He was trying to find opportunities to leap in and do something, but Bud wasn't having it. Bud read that by, like, you could say by around the second, third round. Bud kind of picked up, was like, "Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you're trying to do, bro. I see exactly what you're going to do." He wouldn't even let. He was trying to feint Bud into the ropes, is what I think was
Mm-hmm.
happening. I think he was trying to feint him to death, and hopefully that Bud's back would hit the ropes, and then he was going to try to open up. But Bud was always on point, always sliding out laterally
Yeah.
to get away from the ropes. It was really I mean, real boxing fans who watch
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
fight, you
Yeah.
got to see some real, like
Real
I
high
always compare
level.
these. Yeah, I always compare Peyton Manning and Ray Lewis. Whenever you watch them play each other, it was always crazy to watch the audibles. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy
Yeah.
to watch Peyton see what Ray was doing and be like, "Nah, he audible out of it." And Ray would see what Peyton did. And like every time that ball snapped in between them, it was like on that 2 second, 1 second mark. You know what I'm saying? When the ball snapped, because it was constant movement going on. You got to see two real, like, you know, thinkers, some two true strategists, war of attrition players play against each other. It was entertaining for what it was. But let me go ahead and bring in Ross Clott in the building, and then we got, after Ross Clott, we'll go with right-handed down Brooklyn, man. What's up, Ross?
What's going on? Hey, real quick, I want to piggyback off what the brother was just saying, because a lot of people, especially the fanboys, who I guess they was expecting so much, they wanted to see more from Crawford. You can't win a fight just fainting. There was a lot of times where per round, my man was fainting 15, 20 seconds. And
Oh
then
yeah.
he'd throw one right hand, 15, 20 seconds, throw another one. It's a 3-minute round. You can't just be fainting. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, after rounds 3 or 4, maybe 3 or 4, all Crawford did was just he wasn't reacting anymore, because he knows he's just doing the herky jerky. And then one right hand to a combination punch. And I don't know if you noticed, the announcers wasn't really speaking on the body work. My man was throwing a lot of body shots, combination body shots on Madrimov. So all this, it was a robbery, or he didn't do much. How you gonna say one person didn't do much when the guy who was the most active was the one that wasn't just fainting? My man was literally herky jerky fainting, wasting a lot of time. And the only 2 real decisive rounds was round 8 and 9. All the other rounds, Crawford, and then a few sprinkles of I think, was it like round maybe 5 and round 4? I can't remember what round it was, but where the rounds that Madrimov won, it wasn't no blowout rounds. Whereas Crawford, the rounds he won, you knew he won them. Like I said, the only decisive rounds for Madrimov where it's like, okay, he landed some rights, was 8 and 9. But all that, it's a robbery. These guys need to learn how to score punches, because Crawford clearly won that fight. Now, as far as the Canelo thing, and I do agree with you guys, it is a different fight. It is a different style. However, Canelo was way bigger, way stronger, way better head movement than Madrimov. The only thing that Crawford got to do to beat Canelo is busy. Because at this stage, I don't know if you noticed, Canelo isn't throwing a lot of punches. Like I said, if you watch the Munguia fight, Munguia was outworking Canelo, outworking him. So, yes, Crawford does have a chance of beating Canelo. I just don't think he can.
I think that's fair. Yo, salute to well, hold on. So we got Hood. Oh, okay. So right hand down to Brooklyn. Must have got off the panel right quick. All right. Well, Hoodrich is back in the building. I don't know if Hoodrich wants to contribute at all to the conversation, or if we want to move the needle.
My phone died, bro. My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, I think he's back. Yeah, right hand down. Let right hand build. Yo, salute the right hand. Right handed down. to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
How you doing,
right-handed downtown Brooklyn. Yo, salute to Clay and salute to you on Clay and Ray. Salute to y'all.
No doubt, man. How you feeling, man? How's
I'm good,
everything
man.
going?
I'm cooling, man. Just Monday night. Y'all remember? I called out that Ryo against Pitbull Cruz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember I called that, right? I said that Ryo was on. Can I curse on here?
No, don't curse.
I told you Ryo
Try
was gonna
not to.
fuck up that tank package,
He
that
cursed.
tank and Pitbull package. I
Yeah,
called
man.
that one out.
That
My
was a
man
good
straight
fight right
cursed.
there. I know, right? I said, nah. He was like, all right, but he just threw shot. I'm gonna do this 2 shots. This 2 shots. That was a good fight, man. I was really impressed with how Ryo was able to be. I knew, that fight right there was a buy into the process fight right there, man. Shout out to when I see that fight, I gotta give Robert Garcia his flowers, man, because he was like that was a victory for Robert Garcia just as much as it was for Ryo Venezuela. Robert Garcia's strategy was really key in this fight because we saw Ryo Venezuela fight in a way that we don't normally see him fight. So Robert Garcia was the one that was behind that game plan. And shout out to Ryan Venezuela for having the patience and the discipline and the mental focus to stick to the script and not go off the plan because he got clipped a couple times by Pitbull. And normally I'm used to seeing Ryo react off that. If you got clipped like that, his instinct is to do like what Jared Anderson did a little bit, engage even more and put himself in position to get clipped again and clipped again and clipped again. And he really was like getting out the way. His foot movement was great. His defense was very decent. He was blocking a lot of those shots. He was catching a lot of those shots that Isak was throwing at him, and he was able to maintain that for 12 rounds, man, and get in my opinion, a pretty dominating. I think I would have said a unanimous decision would have been how I went with it. I didn't see how the one judge had Isak even winning the fight, but
That's a
but
fact.
excellent performance by Ryan Venezuela,
Anybody put some money on Ryo? Like I told you I too.
I should have.
No, we ain't put no money. Yeah, we should
100.
put money
It was
on, and I
100.
should have put on before.
Listen, it was 100 to win 300, bro.
Yeah, I seen that money line.
100 to win 3. So you
I
already
thought
know
about
line then, Ray, right?
Right before the fight happened, I thought about it. I've been calling that fight.
Yeah, you called it too, right? Yeah.
Right. I've been calling that fight for like 2 months. I think since they made that matchup. Matter of fact,
here's my punchline though, right? Not to cut you off, Ray. My bad. But I got a punchline. Me talking about this Ryo Pitbull Cruz, right? Pitbull Cruz, right?
Right.
That's the same. You see how that fight went, right? That's exactly. Hear me. I want everybody to hear me on this very carefully. That's exactly. And Mr. Calvin, what's his name? Calvin Ford. What's his name?
Calvin Ford.
Calvin Ford. Yeah. That's exactly how Shakur gonna be Tank. Exactly. If not even more. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be interesting.
I'll give you that the floor. That's exactly what's gonna happen. That's why Calvin Ford don't like that fight. That's 100%. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I think definitely that's what Shakur. I can see Shakur's game plan being that. I can see if Shakur does win, I see him winning in a way like that. But at the same time, beyond devil's advocate, it's not even about being devil's advocate. I want to see if Tank can mess all that up. Because that's what Shakur is going to try to do, without a doubt.
So here's the difference. Here's the difference.
And now we all know why Pitbull was ducking Shakur all the time. Because Shakur would have did that, if not worse, to Pitbull.
But wait a minute though. Tank Davis don't fight like Tank. Don't fight like.
No, I'm not. No, absolutely not.
Cruz.
Tank a box. I get it. Tank a box, but I'm talking about as far as like Tank's gonna come forward most of the fight, right? He's coming forward. You know what I mean? Tank. All right. Tank a box, but Tank can't stay box. He can't stay in the Shakur fight. Tank cannot stay boxing Shakur all night. He will lose easy. That'll be an easy win for Shakur. He cannot stay like that. At some point, he has to come forward, high guard up, and you know, start throwing. I mean, but the thing with the difference between Pitt and Tank throws the jab coming in, but he cannot stay boxing Shakur for 12 rounds. That'd be easy money for Shakur. And I'm calling that shit, man. That'd be easy money if he does some shit like that.
Okay, so here's where I disagree in this, and just this point. I'm playing now.
Okay.
I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm
easy?
just going
I don't think it's gonna be easy.
I think Shakur plays off the back foot too much. I think he finds himself getting around, and I think A-side privileges shrinks that ring from that 22-foot ring he's used to fighting in to the right size ring that they should be in, 18 feet, and 18 by 18, I should say. And I think Tank cuts that ring off. I think Tank finds ways to get to Shakur. I think it's up to Shakur at that point to establish his jab and not be so defensive and be a little offensive. I think he's afraid sometimes to throw his hands expecting what's coming back at him. I think that's been happening since he fought Oscar Valdez, because when he did put Oscar Valdez down with a body shot, but Oscar Valdez was stalking Shakur all around the ring, and Bob made that ring smaller than what Shakur is usually used to fighting in. And when Valdez really got there, he made Shakur pay, one shot at a time. And Shakur ran those fights. He got in and out, and he boxed Oscar Valdez. But it's what punishment he took. And when he admitted that fighter across the ring from him hit hard as you know what, and he was the only guy that hurt him with a body shot, that says, okay, I got to change my philosophy. He gets in the ring with De Los Santos 2 fights later, and De Los Santos hits him early in the fight with a body shot. All of a sudden, Shakur went from and he grabbed him right away. He went from engaging with the counter to staying 10 feet away from him and jabbing when it got close and moving again. So we have to predicate some of what's going to happen with Shakur. Is there some fear there? I think I spoke on this. Was he getting beat up in sparring? Was it he took a shot somewhere where he's afraid to engage. And I've been seeing this last 3 fights. So, 4 fights except for Kasekiel. But we'll have to see. And actually, it was 3 fights ago because I forgot about his dominant win against Yoshino that nobody really knew, but it's okay.
No doubt. I guess.
Yeah, I think that fight.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ross. Yeah, go ahead.
It's also how you score punches, fights too, with these judges. Like, if you're gonna be on your feet the whole night and not really engaging, I don't think that's gonna be a way to outbox Tank Davis, because Tank Davis is gonna be, once he feels something, once Shakur feels something, he's gonna be on them. His defense versus speed. He's gonna be on that back foot and he's gonna start running. And I don't know if that's gonna make the fight. That's gonna make. Listen, he ran from De Los Santos. De Los Santos has knocked out. He knocked out Rayo and then whoever else that we don't know about, and he ran from him. De Los Santos is not high level where Tank is, and man, once he gets hit, he gonna be on his foot. I'm telling you, it's not gonna look good.
You believe in styles makes fights?
I believe in styles makes fights. But
hold on. I'm gonna go to something else. All right, you believe that, right? You believe in that Shakur sparred Tank a few times already, right? Correct?
Yeah, I know all of that.
All right, you know that, right? Do you know that Shakur does very well against people he already sparred, like the track record? You know that? If you don't know that, I don't know. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah,
I don't mean what you're saying.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm just asking you the question to see if you. All right, now, De Los Santos, Shakur never sparred before, right?
Mm-hmm.
He never sparred him before. Mm-hmm. Plus, my man had a hurt hand. That's what he says, and that's what I'm running. That's what I'm riding with, right? But hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. He never sparred De Los Santos, right? So whatever, he's running around. Like I'm already over that De Los Santos fight. That's what that's gonna haunt him, right? Until Shakur gets back to being Shakur, which he will. And what I'm saying is, in the Tank fight, people are gonna think after that fight, because he's gonna engage everything they say that Shakur is not gonna do. I believe he does, and they're gonna, after the fight is over, they're gonna think that he's on steroids. Like, how the fuck he just did this? How did he just beat him? Well, easy, because he already knows Tank, and he sparred Tank so many times that he just has his number. Hold on. He just has his number. Like I was telling Ray and Clay the first time I was up on here, if they remember, Shane Mosley losing to Vernon Forrest twice in the height of Shane Mosley's career. 2 times he lost to him back to back, because Forrest just had his number. And then after that, I think Forrest beat Shane Mosley, and then I think he lost his next fight right over that. So what I'm just basically saying, that I believe in my heart of hearts that Shakur has Tank's number. And Calvin Ford, if you read between the lines, he keeps. Why does Calvin Ford consistently say, Shakur, we don't like that style for Tank? And he's also said that Shakur beat everybody in sparring that he's ever sparred. Calvin Ford said this.
Yeah.
And he sparred Tank 3 times. So so that means he beat Tank, is what you're saying. You get it?
Okay, so
that's what I'm saying.
So let me get my point. So, like,
and respect the Tank, though. No,
I agree with you saying. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm not. First of all, I'm not picking Tank or Shakur. I don't know who's going to win. But when you said that he fights, better against guys that he sparred, those guys that he sparred that he fights better against, which one of those is on the level of Tank Davis right now?
None of them.
Professional.
None of them.
So then that analogy probably is null and void.
But he's accustomed to him. It's muscle memory. He's been in there about 3 times with him, from what I think Ray said. Right, Ray? You said that, right?
They've probably been in there more than 3 times.
More than 3 times.
I think they only had, as amateurs, they had a couple of clashes, but as pros, pros is where it really counts.
But as a professional,
I think they only sparred
Tank
twice.
evolved?
I literally think they sparred twice, or once or twice. And according to Tank, he rocked Shakur where he put him to sleep. Not standing up like he said, Devin. He said he put him to sleep. Shakur said it was cat. He never got rocked, but they did spar. So he never. It never came to nothing really as sparring. It's been
Clay, I got to jump off real quick.
Yeah.
All right, Ross, man. Thank you, man.
I don't see Shakur at all coming close. See, we forget. This is where I'm really going to slide. Pause. I'm going to slide into this door here, and I'm going to explain one thing that I see. People sleep on how fast Tank's steps are. When he closes distance, it's super fast. Like, he literally is like he's like a mongoose chasing the cobra, right? He gets in there very quickly, and before you know it, he's there. You don't believe me? Ask Mario Barrios, because when Mario Barrios kept him at the end of his hands, and Tank heard that he was behind on those cards, he decided to measure that man up to keep that distance, and before you knew it, he was inside on them ribs. Mario Barrios went down. Tank's a very smart fighter. He's highly intelligent in the ring. I think Shakur is a great fighter as well. I don't believe he's on the level of stopping Tank, 1, and 2. I don't think he can outbox him if he's going to be on the back foot all night. He's going to have to engage. He's going to have to.
He's coming forward.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to have to shock the world and engage.
He's coming forward, Ray.
If he goes backwards. If he goes back, I hear you. I'm all for it. If he does, that shows me something.
He's going side to side. He's doing all that.
Listen, he can do all that. I just don't want him going backwards. And every time he goes backwards, there's 6 feet in between him, and Tank faints and he runs into the ropes. I don't want to see that.
All right, hold on, guys. Let me just.
If he engages, that says something different.
All right, let me shout out to everybody in the chat as well. I see Kodak Cam. I don't know if I've seen you here before. Welcome to the channel, man. 93 Octane, salute. 2 Cents Boxing in the building. Ain't seen you in a while, Queen. Salute. Salute to Jose, Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. Guys, Tone Gibbs in the building. Remember to hit the likes. Let's get the likes up if you haven't hit the like yet. And if you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe. I do want to segue and move on to other fights that were on the card as well outside of this one. I definitely want to get into the conversation of the of Andy Cruz.
Oh,
you know what I mean? We really haven't built on him. And right.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys see for this guy? What did you think of his performance? What's the next
Great.
step for him? Does he need to stay still a little bit longer? Should they keep moving him forward?
Why keep
What
Sean
say?
ducking him? Why keep Sean
Well,
ducking him? Why?
Keyshawn ain't ducking
You don't
Andy
think he's
Cruz.
ducking Andy Cruz? No, you don't think
Nah,
so?
no. I'm gonna tell you what's going
Why
on with Keyshawn and Andy Cruz.
Why Keyshawn beefing with the Vargas brothers, but Andy Cruz called him his son from the Olympics, and he was in the building. And, you know, now my bad.
Well,
Andy Cruz is rolling with
Emiliano
the Philly
Vargas,
crew, huh? So he
Vargas,
didn't want none of that smoke.
Emiliano Vargas and Keyshawn Davis beefing on what dudes beef on. They're not trying to make fights. That was just some
Nah,
beef. That's
I
just
just threw
some.
that out there. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, that was just some like who you talking to, who you playing with, bro. I'll slap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was just that could
I'm
have
just
been
fucking around.
anybody.
I
You know
don't give
what
a
I'm
shit
saying?
about that. Yeah,
That was outside of boxing. That was
Vargas
just,
brothers
you
be
know what it
talking mad
was.
shit anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That was I'm not one of them, bro. Watch how you talking to me. Why should I watch how I'm talking
Yeah,
to you? What?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let me come over here and show you I'm not playing with
It
you
was
because you
mad
really
bros
acting
there
funny.
too. It was mad bros there too. If you know, I'm not saying y'all want to get into the brawl part, but
Right,
it was mad bros
right.
up in there.
So
It was mad bros up in there.
so at the end of the day, that's what that is. As far as Andy Cruz is concerned, Keyshawn is somewhere else in his professional career in comparison to where Andy's at. We have to understand that. Keyshawn is number 2 or number 3 right now in the WBO and the WBC. He's trying to get titles, shots. He's trying to look at either a Frank Martin to get in the conversation of fighting a Tank Davis, or he's trying to get at a Raymond Mortala to get in the conversation of fighting a Dennis Berinchyk for a WBO title. He's got those kind of conversations going on. No matter what anybody wants to say, I know they don't like to hear it. Andy Cruz is just leaving his prospect phase. In no actuality, this fight he had with Antonio Moran is probably his rite of passage to become a contender. He probably just became a contender within that fight. So Keyshawn is looking down at Andy Cruz, or at least back at Andy Cruz. Just like Terrence Crawford and a lot of the other fighters in the game, you got to do something and bring something to the table. Andy Cruz doesn't bring that to the table. All he brings is what happened in the Olympics, maybe some amateur fighting. He doesn't bring anything in the professional space. Keyshawn shouldn't be chasing Andy Cruz around, or there's no way for him to duck Andy Cruz because Andy Cruz is not in the way of anything. Andy Cruz doesn't prevent Keyshawn from getting somewhere. Andy Cruz doesn't rank in a situation where Keyshawn and him have some sort of mandatory engagement that they got coming. Andy just got to do the work. They're gonna fight, without a doubt. I believe they're gonna fight. But right now, Keyshawn has too many opportunities in front of him.
Yeah, Clay. I just thought maybe Keyshawn who wants some get back. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing like 5 times from the
I'll
Olympics.
give you some get back. I don't have no problem getting you some get back, but my
No,
business.
getting his get back. Andy Cruz not gonna get no get back.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Keyshawn might want his get back, but at the same time, I'm not going to sacrifice my business to come down to where you're at.
That's true.
You do
That's
the work.
true.
You get
Yeah.
to where I'm at. We're gonna fight anyway. We're in the same weight division. It'll happen. But right now, I'm definitely gonna be more focused on this WBO title that's looking very realistic, especially now that Shakur is no longer with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that that Zepeda's no longer. It doesn't look like Zepeda's gonna be fighting Dennis Berinchyk. It looks like Oscar's on the same page with Turkey, and it looks like they're gonna be fighting. That they're willing to fight Shakur. So
Yeah,
now it's
Turkey.
between him and Raymond Mortala
Yeah.
to get that shot at Dennis Berinchyk.
Yeah,
So
Turkey's cleaning
that's
the
where
house,
my
by the
focus
way,
will
right?
be. 100%, 100%.
Turkey's cleaning the house, right? Yo, Turkey said, I need to know now. What's up?
Yeah. Let me and I'm gonna let you guys rock. So here's where I disagree on the Keyshawn and Andy thing. One, Andy's fought. I think he has his 4th fight. He's already been in two. He's already been in 2 10-round fights. His first fight was, I believe, 8 rounds, and everything else has been 10. So 3 or 4, 10-round fights. He already holds a belt for an interim belt title or international belt title. He's also on the road of showing that he's a dominant fighter. Now, the difference is here's where I kind of agree. I don't think he's on Keyshawn's level yet, even though he has some professional fights and they're moving him along very quickly. I don't think he's on the level of Keyshawn due to the experience he has in the ring as a professional. I think that is a little lackluster, and I think he can get hurt fighting somebody like Keyshawn, who's definitely shown at times that he can be a monster. He definitely needs a couple more tune-up fights, I think, before he goes into the ring with with the Keyshawn Davis. Like Antonio Moran, as you seen, he was a taller fighter. He hit him with a shot. I actually didn't even know, and you know what? I'm gonna own this. I didn't even see that his leg got stuck. When they showed the replay, because I didn't see his leg get stiff. You know what I mean? Pause. When that happened. So, if he gets into the ring with Keyshawn Davis, I might say Andy might get knocked out right now at this point. But I think if Andy fights two more fighters, if he gets somebody like a Africa on the list, you know what I mean, and fights him, or maybe cross the street over there at the zone and fight a Barossa. Those are fights that we can see him make, and they can set him up. He's at
Andy?
140. He's at 140.
He's
right?
at 135.
So who's at 135?
Barossa's at 140.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
is
yeah. Who's at 135?
So is Richard Hitchinson.
Jeez, I don't think there's anybody there then. You're right.
Nah, he just needs to take whatever
he needs to get a couple fights in. Dang, I'm way off on weights. My bad, because ain't nobody over there at 135 really.
Yeah, no.
But
he needs a fight. He probably looking to, if he's going to be stepping it up. Listen, bro, he's in the same division. He's in the same division as Schofield, Abdullah Mason. You know, there's a lot of fighters up there who going to look at Andy Cruz and be like, respectfully, if anybody's going to get a shot at a potential championship caliber fighter, it's going to be us. So you got to go run through all that before you run all the way up past all them dudes and jump into the ring with a Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis right now has an opportunity to be a face of Top Rank if he plays his cards right. You know what I mean? Why? Because Shakur's out of the picture, and now that Zepeda's out of the contention for the WBO potentially, he could still go back. Oscar could still play his cards that way, but it looks like Oscar's on the same page with Turki. That WBO title is right there. Andy Cruz doesn't offer Keyshawn anything but unnecessary adversity. Unnecessary.
Okay, here we go.
And
high risk, low reward. That's what
right. Yeah, that's the word. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Right hand. Down for Brooklyn.
Downtown.
High
Downtown
risk,
Brooklyn.
Downtown Brooklyn. Sorry about that.
Right.
But yeah, he high risk, low reward. The dude is too good to be fighting for nothing. When people are that good, you gotta fight him. I gotta be getting something. I can't just be fighting you just to be fighting you because nah, bro, we ain't doing that.
Right.
Hey yo, homies. Yo, Clay and Ray, there's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room.
Is it me? You see my stomach?
Nah. I don't mean like that. Nah. But there's an elephant in the room, and I'm gonna say this real quick. All right, let's go, motherfucking Edgar Berlanga. You heard? Upset alert.
Oh yeah,
September 14th. Everybody keeps talking about Benavidez. They trying to make the Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight. I'm telling you this shit right now. I'm telling both of y'all, and I'm betting all the money's crazy. Right? Canelo gonna fuck. I mean the Canelo. But
don't cuss.
Gonna fuck up that whole package, bro. Gonna fuck up that whole package,
don't
bro.
cuss. You messing with the money. Don't cuss, man. Hold up on the curse.
I'm sorry. Don't curse. My bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
Hey, let me say that about Andy Cruz right quick, man. Hey, that joker look real sharp, look real good. But what I don't like, he come out there at the Bozy King, which he a good fighter. But it seems like every fight they making is about the fighter looking good. And that's why he got clipped. And I definitely think if he get in there with Keyshawn Davis right now, he's going to get knocked out. He's going to get clipped trying to be too offensive. And I felt like we saw the same thing out of Boots, that they're trying to be so offensive that they're forgetting about the defense. And I definitely think that he need a couple of more fights where they really move him up. But, you know, with Turki offering the money, you know, he might be in another burn burner pretty fast or whatever. But I'm going to tell you something. Turki is he's going to expose a lot of these fighters, man, by putting these guys in real. Yeah, but by putting these guys in real 50-50 fights, people that we thought previously were stars are not going to be stars. Like we saw with Pitbull Cruz. I think everybody know Pitbull Cruz didn't really have no talent. But I wanted to say this, and I got to get out. I got to get back to work. But back to the Tank thing. I did a breakdown on the Tank versus Frank. The success Frank had, he touched Tank up in them early rounds. I mean, he really did touch him up. All the success he had was keeping Tank. Everybody says Tank is a good boxer, but the success Frank had was keeping Tank in the middle of the ring and keep turning him. Just like Ryo did, Pitbull just keep turning him. When he turned, put that high guard up, just keep popping him, keep him at bay. Nobody goes to Tank's body. Nobody goes to his body, but he got this high guard up when his body is wide open. I do think Shakur can beat Tank. Even though I know people can't see it right now, Tank has only fought B-class fighters. It's a difference. He's fighting fights he know he's supposed to win. I don't even think he think automatically that I think he know he got to be on his A game, and Shakur for sure got to be on his A game. But this the stat that this kind of sticks with me. Top Rank is 24-4 against the PBC. Because Top Rank have always had better fighters. Even today, if you look at Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis, always Floyd was a top rank. Floyd was a top ranked fighter for Mayweather. And I'm saying, I think I think Crawford beat Spence. He came from Top Rank. Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. You know, the last fight that PBC won against Top Rank was Floyd against Pacquiao. So I do think they think about that. They think about that, and I think that keeps Shakur's a live dog. I think Shakur has faced tougher competition, whether he running, whether he doing or not. I think he has faced tougher competition over his career, and I think it is going to play a part when he faced Tank, because Tank ain't never faced nobody like that. I think the boxer beat Tank, not the puncher. You know, that's just my opinion. But look, man, hey, it's been good, man. I'm gonna get back to work and I'm gonna be listening to y'all on the chat. I'll be in the chat.
No doubt.
Right.
Salute, sports, Rich Sports. Yo, three heads. I'm working on. I'm gonna try to get Kenny up here, bro, because I think we doppelgangers. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think everybody keeps saying that, like, y'all, we twins, bro. I'm gonna get him up here and have him looking in his face. He gonna be like, what the hell? Nah, I get that all the time.
I don't think y'all look alike. I think that's just a resemblance, bro. I'm being honest.
It's just a beard. It's just a beard, man.
I think so. I just think it's.
I think I got a better. Yo, Kenny, I don't know if you ever watch the show, but I think my beard better than yours. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I think
it's as they always say. They think all black people look alike. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah. But listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm right hand down. Listen, bro.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Berlanga, bro.
I know you are. I know you are, Clay. Salute to you for that, yo. Yo, throw some money on him, bro. Did you see the odds, bro? I don't know if you're a gambler. I know I am. You know, I'm not a gentleman. I pay my bills first. I gamble safety. But did you see the odds in that?
Nah.
Yo,
what is he like?
Man,
what is he like? 900? Like
100 off the rip gets you. It was 835.
Yeah, this will be the time.
I already put 200 down. I already got my 200 down. I'm betting that. I'm betting the 12. I'm betting it goes distance. And I'm also betting Canelo. Not Canelo. I keep saying Edgar for the knockout.
Yeah, man. Listen, man.
I'm not betting nobody like straight up Canelo. You want to bet me Canelo? You bet your 200 to my $50. Straight up. You get the bet. The odds is that's what they're saying in Vegas, right? So that's what we doing.
Right. No doubt. I think that you know, Berlanga had to put the message out there, like, yo, bro. Nothing against you, Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? Do I think you could beat Canelo? I ain't gonna lie, I have my doubts, bro. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you. Just I haven't seen you in any fights that give me any sort of comparison to be like, okay, I remember when he did this. I don't know, bro, but I'm gonna tell you like this: boxing, the 168-pound division is on your back, brother. Because if you don't beat him, this dude's gonna continue to be a tyrant and continue to lock this division down and hold them belts and not allow anybody to develop in that division. So it's on you, Berlanga. We counting on you. Look at me, bro. We rooting for you this whole month. Every show, I'm gonna say your name, bro. We're gonna be talking positive, bigging you up. I want to see the workout videos. I want to see you sparring. I want to hear about you running. I want to hear about the nutrition. I want to hear about the sparring that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? How you leveling up. I'm really getting amped. I did the same thing for Jaime McGee. I'm gonna do it for you, bro, because Canelo needs to be dethroned, brother.
Salute to you.
Good luck to you.
Let me tell you something.
Yo, Clay, I'm trying to show you something on the camera.
I
can't
it's
see
dark.
Make sure it ain't a video though.
Huh?
Make sure it's not
Yeah,
a
it's
video.
dark.
Music.
What you said? Music?
If it's music or a video, you got to make sure it's not nothing that can desensitize
Yeah,
the channel.
Hold on. What? Say that again, Ray?
No, don't worry about it. Just do whatever you was doing. I'll tell you if it's bad. I'll pull you down. Go ahead.
Hold on. You see me?
Nope.
I was trying to show you the hat I'm wearing.
Shout out Jay Pitt. He said Canelo said he won't fight Bud
I'm gonna
because
go out and
he
come
doesn't
back
like
in,
fighters
yeah.
that move. All right, no doubt.
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
He said Canelo said he won't fight Bud because he doesn't fight fighters that move. I'm done. Listen, man. Welcome. Salute to Round One Sports Talk. What's good, Edwin? What's good? Woo! What's good, man? It's late Monday night. This is our freestyle night, man. This is when we reckless and we talk about everything. We open the panels up. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't get a chance to put together a show because I've been working all day long. You know what I'm saying? I barely was able to put this thumbnail together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, definitely room for Berlanga. Did you? Oh, let me. So what? You didn't see this. You didn't see the press conference. Did you see the highlights where Berlanga said that he had a dream about Canelo Alvarez, and that he was up on the that he had just knocked somebody out, and that he went up on the up on the ropes on the corner, and Canelo looked at him and said, "Me and that guy are gonna make history." And everybody was like, pause, pause, pause. And then Canelo was like, they were like, what do you think about it, Canelo? He's like, what do you want me to say, man? He's like, it's good to know people are dreaming about me. And he's like, it's perfect. I want, you know what I mean? If you're dreaming about me, that's good, man. Can't wait that. You got it, brother. You got it. I make your dream come true, bro. Let's make the fight happen. I think that yeah, he said, yeah, Jay Pitt said, yeah, I paused him for that. That was crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I think Berlanga was keeping it 100 just to let him know, like, I think Berlanga on that press conference was the more serious dude. Even though he said that, he was a dude who was looking at Canelo like, I ain't playing with you. Like, I really got that energy for him. Like, Canelo was trying to kind of be lighthearted about it. And really, Edgar was looking at him like, look, bro, I don't know. Edgar had whispered something to his ear while they were facing off a couple of times, like about good 3 to 5 times. He whispered something into his ear, bro. And he kept, after he whispered it to him, he looked dead at him like, I'm dead serious. And Canelo was smiling it off or whatever have you. But I feel like Edgar knows he has to be his best version of himself that night. He knows it. He's not coming for the check. I think Edgar's gonna sit in there. He's gonna trade shots. He's gonna try to clip this dude, get him out of there. I think that might be the key to his demise, him approaching it that way. But I'm gonna try to sell this fight as a exciting fight. I'm gonna try to sell this as a fight that's gonna be exciting. Somebody's gonna get knocked out. It's a fight that we should watch. I'm gonna keep pushing for it. I'm gonna try to be positive about this fight, bro. I'm gonna try to be half full, half glass full of lemonade, then make lemonade out the lemons or whatever have you, however whatever you call it. I'm gonna try to carry it that way. Let me see. Berlanga too old to be having wet dreams for Canelo. Damn, Roz Clyde. Come on, man. We got to big up Berlanga, man. Let me see. Ty. Canelo said that Bud is easy fight, long as Turkey put that 150 mil up on the Sway interview. Yeah, once again, I'm gonna say like this. He wasn't saying that before that performance from Terrence on Saturday night. I kind of expected him to come around a little bit after seeing that performance with Madrimov, after he saw maybe some holes in Terrence's game. I kind of expected him to come around and be a little and give an opportunity and opening of interest for the fight. He's still pricing himself out though. Nobody shoot him 150 million to make that fight.
Yeah, True said it twice.
Huh?
The True Stranger, you said it twice. What's up, Jose? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I always wait and see how things are working out, see what the energy's like. I go from there. Then I kind of see how the room is moving. I think, like any other fight at this moment, everybody has a chance. I see Canelo as a victor as of now, but anything can change between now and the fight. Canelo's getting older. Berlanga's a younger, stronger fighter. I think at this point, and I think if he has something to prove, and it was a dream of his, weirdly to say, it's possible he goes in there and he makes his dreams come true. This could be his Rocky moment, Creed moment, storybook, storybook ending, whatever you want to do. This could be the chapter that he wants to write and change his career. Would anybody be surprised if he does it? Yes, but
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, right. But at the same time, that's the reason why they fight, because anything can happen. 95% of these people that watch Ryo fight Pitbull didn't think Ryo will win. I can guarantee you that. 75% of the people that watched Devin fight Ryan didn't think Ryan would win that fight. So 90% of the people that watched Bud fight Earl didn't think Earl was going to win. So therefore, you don't know until it happens in the ring. You know what I mean? Things can change, elements change, the energy changes as you get in the ring. You're who you are is who you can be. You know what I mean? As long as you have that energy to fight the right fight. That's all.
What's up? Salute to that inevitable D Block in the building. Salute, King. Salute. I want to also talk about David Morrell a little bit in the fight he had. Just like David Benavidez, a lot of people feel like his performance was lackluster. They feel like, the transition from 168 to 175 was not as smooth as it seems like people expected him to be. I'm not that hard of a critic on the performance. I do think that he faced a 175 pounder and that he's going to have to adjust. He's going to have to adjust a little bit and figure out how to transition into that weight class a little bit better. But now that him and David Benavidez are in the same weight class again, they're both holding interim titles and both kind of have rights towards fighting a. Hold on, right hand back down. Brooklyn's back in the building. Okay, I see what he's doing. Yeah. I see it. That gangrene, baby. JETS, baby. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, this is the year. We're playoff bound this year. I'm not saying we Super Bowl bound, but we playoff bound. You heard? We definitely playoff bound, no doubt, family. That's a nice fitted too, by the way. That's a nice fitted.
Thank you.
That's not regular.
Yeah, we definitely playoff bound.
No doubt.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, yo. Y'all have a good night, man. Salute to the both of y'all.
All right.
Hey, yo, real quick before I go, Clay, what I gotta do to get a wrench?
Oh, I got you right now, bro. That's just I'm gonna do it right now. I got you right now at this moment. Hold on. Wait, put a message in the chat so I can. No, I got you. I got you right here.
All right,
done.
Copy that.
Easy.
Y'all be good, all right?
You
too, man.
Keep dissecting this boxing game.
We got to, man. Salute.
Later.
Salute TY too. I know I missed you a little earlier, TY. I see you was in here. I don't know if you're still in here, man. I wasn't paying attention to the chat, man. Salute. But with the David Morrell, you know what I mean? So now we know they're both over there at 175. They both have rights towards mandatories to fight against a winner of Better Beef and Bivol, even though it looks like Turkey is favoring more David Benavidez. David Morrell. What do you think about David Morrell and David Benavidez making a fight at 175 right now, being that they both came off like lackluster,
They don't meet at the moment. Here's what I do think, though. If we're going to talk about what's lackluster, like I think I talked to you about this earlier. We had a guy. This is what happens when you're in a division where you're too big, too strong, and too fast for everybody you're fighting. You move up in weight, and then you think you can bring that with you instead of going back to the basics. Mm-hmm. Word of advice to all these fighters at these divisions that keep moving up: stick to the basics and the things that got you into the pros in the beginning, and continue and start boxing when you move up, man. Keep boxing, then go into the knockouts. Then fill the division out, get some accolades. I have to give David Benavidez the props for that, but I think David Benavidez went in there boxing as opposed to going in there and trying to knock out the dude. I don't even know how to say it. The Russian dude.
No, you're talking about Vosnik.
Yeah, Vosnik. Thank you.
Alexander Vosnik. Yeah.
Where Morrell went in there swinging haymakers and telegraphing his punches and not showing, discipline. And
not showing his pedigree, that Cuban pedigree that he.
And there were some rounds. There were some rounds where he did box and he got on his toes. I remember tell everybody in the chat, I was like, "Yo, he's flat-footed. He's really going for the kill. He's not standing on his toes." Hyrod was on his toes, and he knew what kind of fighter and what kind of risk it was fighting Morrell, because technically he was a light heavyweight to begin with. You know what I mean? So him going up there, he was like, "Yo, he's a dangerous fighter." And when you recognize that there's a dangerous fighter in front of you, you try to box and outskill them. And to some degree, he did outskill Morrell, but Morrell gave up. I'm sorry, but he gave up too many rounds early to Morrell. That's where I feel that he lost the fight. A lot of people are giving Hot Rod the fight, but he gave up too many rounds early because he wasn't punching, he wasn't doing anything, and Morrell was the busier fighter for like the first 4 rounds of the fight. And then once he felt that power, he decided to turn it up a little bit, I think in the fifth and sixth. And then Morrell had, they were back and forth. But it was definitely not a sad thing to see. He just needs to get back to the basics of boxing before we talk about championships and fighting Beterbiev or Bivol or each other. And that goes for both of them because I think even uh, David Benavidez, sucks having both saying the first name because I keep confusing them. David Benavidez going up there and boxing. He was in the ring with a boxer, and being in the ring with a boxer, one the styles were boring. You know what I mean? As they say, it was a boring fight, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? It looked like Bosnick actually was getting more. He was busier, but he had his moments. Benavidez had his moments where he was able to outland him, and that won him the fight. So, can he continue to do that at 175? These are the questions we have to ask. Now, going forward, and I'm going to try to end this because I know I'm long-winded. Going forward, I think both of them now have an experience. Shut up. Having the experience of 175. I think now having the experience, they both become better fighters with their next fights.
No doubt, no doubt. Yo, shout out J Pit City putting color in the chat. Both Davids shown they can box with 175ers. The narrative was they only won fights at 168 because of their physical advantages. Yeah, J Pit City, I agree with you, man. I'm gonna try to like add to that. I don't know if we're in complete agreement. I think I'm agreeing with you, but after I open my mouth and remove all doubt, I might be the fool in the situation, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think either one of them did that bad to me. I think when you're moving up from one weight class into another one, especially when you're going up heavy to from super middleweight to light heavyweight, it's expected for some growing pains to be there. We're gonna see the power take some time to translate. I know people don't want to hear excuses like David Benavidez had some injuries going into that fight, or some adversity in the camp before he got in that fight, and that could have put some just put some perspective on the actual performance that he did, or that David Morrell coming from 168 was trying to see if that power was going to translate. So he started to commit a lot more to his power shots and didn't really tap into that Cuban amateur pedigree that he has that could have him looking closer to like an Andy Cruz in the way that he boxes. I think they put a lot of weight on these performances, and they discredit or dismiss what these guys are capable of, and they're not giving enough time for these guys to develop in the division properly like they would let anybody else do it. I think they both showed, like you said in here, that they can fight with the 175ers. David Benavidez was letting his hands go. His conditioning came into question a little bit in the second half of that fight because he had issues during the training camp that sat him down for a little bit, so he can have his conditioning right where he wanted it. And David Morrell, had to realize, like, you know what, my power is there. I still have power, but I can't depend on it. I have to set my shots up, take my time, break these fighters down, maybe invest into the body a little bit, do things of that nature to get these fighters prepared for a knockout or to be stunned or hurt by his power. So we just got to see what the next step is going to be. Now, there's going to be a winner between Beterbiev and Bivol in October, and then the winner of that fight does get one of those guys as a mandatory. It's either going to be David Morrell or it's going to be David Benavidez. Now, if there's rumors of Dimitri Bivol potentially taking a move up to a cruiserweight division to fight against a Jai Opatai, Beterbiev has made it clear that he has no interest in going up to cruiserweight. So it all really depends on who wins that match. But at the end of the day, one of those guys gets the mando. They get the opportunity to go at a championship. They've both been waiting to get a championship, especially David Benavidez has been waiting to get his opportunity. They're going to jump on that opportunity, I think. I wouldn't mind seeing them both fight each other, though. But I do think that priority is going to be to fight that winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. I see D Block in the back. Hold on one second, bro. Yo, salute, salute, salute. D Block, what's good? I see you in the light, bro. I never seen you in the light. You always in the car chilling, looking like you up to shit. What's good with you?
What up,
D
D
Block
Block?
always look like he casing somebody's crib or something, or like he on the
D
block
Block,
waiting for somebody to
I gotta
pop out.
shout you out on a great show today, man. It was a good show.
You know, I want to thank
I didn't like what she said though. I didn't like when she was gone, Clarissa. I didn't like what she was gone, but you know what? It is what it is. She's the GOAT. Whatever she wants to feel, how she wants to feel. I thought she was stepping on toes a little bit, and I didn't think going after the channel was right. The other channel of the ladies.
I know. You know, I want to give a big shout out though to Clarissa Shields going on my X tonight live. We did great tonight. We did great tonight,
You're
and
supposed to bring them over here. You're supposed to bring her and Showbiz
I know,
over here.
but she left. I'm sorry. And we know that Showbiz the Adult was on there tonight too. We really want to give respect to everybody in their own entity. You know how it is on my show. We give respect to everybody.
Oh, Showbiz came out tonight.
Yeah, Showbiz was there. You know, Showbiz was there. So you know, you're making an impact when people want to come in and talk. You know, at the end of the day. So back to boxing. David Morrell, 2024. Disappointments of Matias. Disappointment of so many fighters. Antoine Russell Jr. Different guys that have literally disappointed us this year. The biggest disappointment for me was David Morrell. For me, David Morrell called himself the boogeyman. I don't care about David Benavidez. You know, I know what David Benavidez was coming with, and I say nothing, you know, when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. It is what it is, you know, but at least he's trying. But David Morrell just showed me Saturday night. I don't ever want to hear from you again. Don't ever want to hear from you again. You went to 175 to prove yourself that you're better than David Benavidez. And you're not. I'm sorry. Just get it over with. Fight David Benavidez. And I think now David Benavidez will take that fight. And whoever wins that outcome, because at the end of the day, David has to fight somebody before the unification or before the undisputed fight. It has to be David Morrell, the two young guns. And we're going to see right there who's going to prove themselves the legitimate right to fight for the undisputed title at 175. Go ahead, my people.
I like it, man. That's what that's pretty much what the direction I was heading in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to say. Like at the end of the day, these guys are kind of like really prepped to fight each other. They both, they both kind of like right in the same space right now. Both of them are interim champions. Now if the opportunity shows up for a title shot, I know David Benavidez or David Murray, whoever gets offered, that's what they're going to take. They're not going to fight each other. But I agree with you. There may be an opportunity. And listen, Turkey Al-Sheikh likes to these are the kind of fights that he likes to put together. These are the kind of fights he sees where he's like, you know what? I'm going to put these guys together. That's what he does. So I wouldn't be shocked to see them fight each other. I think that'd be a great fight. It sounds like you're leaning towards David Benavidez to beat David Morrell, or you pretty much feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't know who wins that fight. I could tell you I'm not going to base what I think off their last fights. I just think both their last fights had some circumstances.
I'll tell you something, Claymore. You know, I really don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care who wins. You know, whoever comes out of that fight, they still got to fight Bivol and Better Beef. And at the end of the day, I think that Bivol and Better Beef, both of them beat them. You know, I'm just saying the facts. You know, they've been established themselves at 175. They're coming up, and they definitely didn't show what we thought they were going to show. And that's okay. You know, they're coming up, and they're trying to make themselves something that at the end of the day, for me, I see not. But go ahead, Clinton. Sorry.
No doubt, man. I agree with you, brother. I definitely agree with you, man. I think it's I think there's enough conversation going. I just think it's a hot fight right now. When you look at the fact that they both were trying to go at Canelo, the position that they put themselves into at 175, they both got their victories, but both their victories for a lot of the fans was lackluster. I think that's a great fight for them to get involved with. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see if the PBC gets behind that, or if Turkey gets behind that, and maybe we can see a fight like that. Who knows?
Now, Claymore, let me ask you a question, and Ray also. You know, the Canelo Alvarez, they asked him the question if the Sheik offered him money. They said definitely there was an offer. There was another story where he said that he didn't, but then it came out where they literally offered him $150 million coming out of his own mouth to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. What do you guys say, Clay?
I think that Terrence has to think about it. I think I want to see how Terrence feels about it. You know what I mean? I want to see this fight with Madrimov dissuaded him at all from getting involved in that fight, or I just want to see where his mind's at. Me personally, like I said earlier in the show, if Terrence feels like he's ready and he's assessed it and weighed out the good and the bad, and feels like he's a fight that he can get involved with and he can walk away with victory, I'm excited to see a fight like that. Definitely.
Go ahead, Ray.
I'm mixed about it. I think if he's saying so long to his career and this is the final fight for him, go ahead and do it. Have fun, you know what I mean? Right off in the sunset, make a big bag, and go have fun while doing it. You know what I mean? Or in your career, what you like doing, and getting the best challenge that you have. If, in other words, I also think that he shouldn't. He should go away from there and not go there. I think, like I said, I think he hit his plateau, and I think for Terrence's side, I think him moving up is just going to be more detrimental to him. I think he can actually fall into some really bad situations, and it can cause damage if he get hit the wrong way, or he. Because remember, he's not a natural 147 pounder. He came from one 35, went to 130, came back up. I'm sorry, 140, 135, went back up to 140. And him being the guy he is, I mean, this is his fourth division. He's going up 3 divisions. I mean, he's, like I said, going up to the bigger fighter doesn't necessarily mean that, you know what I mean, you're the smaller guy. And there's a challenge there. I was literally just watching some highlights of Charlo and Canelo. And I watched Charlo hit him with everything he got. I watched Charlo like get some good shots in. A lot of people were saying he was backing up a lot. The first 5 rounds, bro, he was fighting back. It's when he got caught with that one flush punch. And when he got hit with that punch that rocked him, not the one we got knocked down, but that rocked him, he knew what time it was. It changed everything. And I think that's the same thing that happens to Bud. I just think like it gets to a point where you got a guy you're not going to be able to hurt. Now you can outbox him if he stays away from you, but then do we call him Super Shakur? Do we call him runner? Do we say he has track shoes on or roller skates? That changes everything. Yeah, I get it. It's boxing. That's supposed to happen. You're not supposed to get hit. But that's not what the people want to see, because this is the infamous Bud. He's the pound for pound king. He's the guy that they want to see win. So like I said, I'm mixed feelings about it. I just don't. I wouldn't want to see it happen, but if it happens, I get it. You know what I mean? Maybe Canelo goes easy on him. Who knows?
Hey, Claymore, let me ask you one more question, because it's pretty late, and I've been, I was on my live for a couple of hours, and I appreciate you all the time, Ray.
Yo, where's your live at on Twitter, right?
Yeah, it's on X. It's on X.
Yeah, I gotta align the schedule. Are you on the same time, consistently around the same time, or is it
an hour later usually?
Maybe an hour later. Yeah, I'm in Dallas, so I don't know what time it is over there where you at, my brother. Let me.
So what time in Dallas?
It's 11:32.
No. What time do you start the show in Dallas?
8:00 Dallas time.
Okay.
So it's 9 here. Yeah.
Daily, or is it a certain day, or is it daily?
Just Mondays and Fridays, because I give everybody the respect and I give everybody their own, their own thing going.
Yes.
So I gotta give respect there. Let me ask you this question
Friday.
Before I roll out. Does Canelo deserve his roses? I'll tell you why. People were mad at Canelo Alvarez saying you don't deserve $200 million versus David Benavidez. Okay, that's cool. The Sheik just proved tonight, or whenever it was, they offered him $150 million to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Everybody laughed at Canelo Alvarez saying, you don't deserve, how are you going to get $200 million? Who are you? Who's going to pay that? Even the Sheik dismissed David Benavidez, saying, I'd rather give you better beef and Bivol. Right. So what does that say about David Benavidez? It tells you something. Canelo Alvarez is worth the bread, because the Sheik just offered him $150 million. That tells you that David Benavidez is not worth no money compared to give you that anthem to give a fight. The Sheik knows what the people want. And what the people want, even though they're bad people, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford is a big sell point, is a better fight, is a great fight for 2 legends in their own generation to make it happen. Get mad that Terrence Bud Crawford has to go up. But that's the challenge that we love about us being people. So I'm going to let you go like that, and hopefully y'all can answer it. I got to go because my wife is over here tripping. You know how it is sometimes when you got a woman, she definitely be tripping late at night. She definitely don't know.
Miss D Block. Salute Miss D Block. We're sorry for holding your husband.
D-Bill, Baltimore. Thanks!
Salute, Ken.
Bro, take it easy, brother.
Take it easy. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. What does it say? I think he has a point. I think he does have some of a point to say that clearly Turkey had no problem departing with the money. He just had a problem departing with the money for David Benavidez Canelo Alvarez fight, and he feels like he has no problem departing with the money for Terrence Crawford. I mean, that does say something. But I thought there was somebody who said in the chat here that he offered $200 million for the David Benavidez fight, that he finally came full circle and said he would do that. Somebody said that a little bit earlier in the chat. I'm trying to. Was it J Pitt? So
yeah,
whatever it was, at the end of the day, man, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, man. You know, a piece of art is only worth as much as you're willing to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Agree.
So, you know, and there's some weight to that.
Talking
But as
about
far as giving Canelo his flowers, though, I give him his flowers for what he's done, his accomplishments that he's done to this point.
Right.
I give him his flowers, but I can also hold him accountable for the way he's handled the latter half of his this latter piece of his career, and more importantly, how much he's held up this whole division, man. I just think it's
that I don't like. As far as him picking and choosing who he wants to fight, so what? But here he goes.
Yeah, I don't care about him picking. I care about him holding the belts.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got, this is what I look at with Canelo and Crawford. We have two legends. If they fight, big fight. It's going to good money, whatever. Benavidez, yes, they want to see the fight, but it's more of a passing the torch moment. I don't see the money generating the same as you would with two legends, and you can build that fight based on their legendary status. Pound for pound king versus former pound for pound king. Two-time undisputed versus undisputed. The best boxer in America versus the best boxer in Mexico. There's so many ways to build that fight. Saying, yes, Benavidez and Canelo has been a train head-on collision, two trains, whatever, however you want to say it. But it hasn't happened, and it shows signs of it not happening. Obviously, we have a guy named like Turkey who doesn't really see it that way. Maybe he does. I don't know. But, hey, at the end of the day, Canelo said on Sweet Universe that he'll do it. Yeah, he said he'll do it for $200,000, right? But I think what D-Block was saying is that they offered the fight for $150 to Canelo. He has stated also, and I know there's an interview of Sway, but we'll get to that. We'll check it out because I'm gonna check out the full interview.
Yeah, but I gotta check it out myself.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna lie, we about to wrap it up soon. It's been 3 hours.
I'm ready.
I'm feeling that burn in my eyes. I've been up all day working and running around. Tomorrow will be another day. We can carry on as usual. Yo, salute to everybody. And hold on, Frequent's up here. Maybe Frequent wanna. Let me give the Frequent salute. Frequent was good.
He's still up. Oh, you allowed to stay?
Y'all, what's good?
He must have snuck off, man. Go ahead, man. What's on your mind, Frequent?
Well, ain't nothing, man. I just wanted to add on to the Canelo conversation, man. I don't really think that it's about, you know what I'm saying, how much Canelo can get or how much, David Benavidez is not worth. I think it's all about, us seeing that fight. The fans, we shouldn't care about, how much Canelo can get for the fight or, what's the bigger money fight. We just want to see that fight. And I think that Benavidez is deserving of that fight. I think he needs to be rewarded that fight. And for Canelo not to fight him, I just think that's crazy, and people giving him a pass for that based on what they think he's worth or what Benavidez is not worth.
Right. And I have no problem with that. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I think you're right. Yeah.
I could definitely rock with that.
Real quick, I just feel that Canelo holds the weight and he can do what he wants at the end of the day. I mean, not that I don't agree with you. I 100% want him to get rid of the belts or fight somebody that's willing to take it from him. But
no doubt, no doubt.
You're right. He can do what he wants, but it's not that the fans is not going to, see it the way they see it, A lot of us think that Canelo is ducking. If he can live with that, I'm saying, it don't matter to him. Hey, he can do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, but I think Canelo also says the same thing Shakur said in his last fight. That's the thing.
And indeed, salute to everybody on the panel.
Salute to everybody in the building, man. Salute to everybody that came on the panel now. Salute to Ross Clot. Salute your right hand down Brooklyn. Right hand down to Brooklyn. I hope that's what it was. Salute to the co-host Ray. Salute to Frequency. Salute to Too Rich Sports. Salute to Hood Rich. Salute to Lance Meyer, J Pit City. Shout out to everybody who put some color in the chat tonight. Porter Pools, Here for Boxing, J Pit City, who put it in, man. Shout out to all the love. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit the likes on your way out, man. Tomorrow night, you know, we back at it like we never left, man. Appreciate
and shout out to 2 Cents and 2 Cents Boxing. I've never seen you in the building at the same time. It's a conspiracy. You guys look into that.
No doubt, no doubt.
Salute.
All right.
The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could never. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight.